Let's
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
oh, hold on, we need the song.
What song we playing?
Original.
Okay, I like that.
B-side on the beat.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cost stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip, Jeff? I think you dipped, Jeff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay, he's getting money. Even better, tax-free, loving all the stimulus from PPP. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit.
Here's a real brand right here, boy. And the bills with the Giant Sports.
Talking about.
$73 in sales today. Jan Sport, baby.
B-side on the beat.
Dang. Damn. Boy.
What's going on with that PPP? You done a lot of talking, not a lot to see. Up in the millions like 2.3, but Jeff got it all, getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on cost stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain of salt, cause the market's down and you're a clown, it's all your fault. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip, Jeff? I think you dipped, Jeff. What you talking about? I don't think you dipped yet. Willie's doing shady shit like the GOBs, like his whole failed thing with them NFTs, taking money from the people to pay. Most of them are broke, but that's okay, he's getting money. Even better, tax-free, loving all the stimulus from
Standing there like he a politician.
You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit. Jeff Wilson, Jeff Wilson. You ruin the hobby I love with your bullshit.
Oh, look at the hug. Barely could get around that belly. What is going on, not investors? What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are doing well out there. That is right. We are back. We are global right now. We've got two of the crew in California, although I don't know where Ryan is. He's got the green screen, so I think he's in California. And we've got Mr. Kim in Paris, France, I believe, soaking in the sights and the scenery at the Olympic Games, which I believe officially begin tomorrow. So we've got a lot of things to talk about, because also at the same time, we've got the National Sports Collectors Convention. While we are in California, which is easily a top 5 place to live in the whole world, despite what people want to tell you, I am a Trump supporter. I am a conservative, but California is still one of the best places to live in the entire world. We've got Tim in one of the great countries of the world as well, great cities of the world. And the rest of you are in one of the shittiest places you could possibly be, and that is Cleveland, Ohio. Battling, of all things, traffic, bathroom lines, smelly, stinky men looking at pictures of men, mostly white men. But luckily for the hobby, there are young ladies like Mary Gamble. I believe our girl Alex is there as well. Many others that are at least livening things up a little bit at the National. It's not just donut eating mojo and PPP receiving Jeff Wilson at the National. There is a diversity of clientele there. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We've got some intel coming in to the program about what's going on at the National Sports Collectors Convention. The CB Hobby Hotline will be open. If you are there, you want to call in, you're more than welcome to do that. We'll be taking calls. We'll be taking a look at some of the auctions that are ending tonight. And then we'll be talking about the next couple events that are on the radar for collectors as we move through the National Sports Collectors Convention. It is a summer of love. It's a summer of hobby events. And we'll be attending the Fanatics Fest, which we'll have our opinions on. And we'll also be attending the Burbank Card Show, at least for the first day, since we were staying on the beach in Hermosa. We might not be able to get up the following days, but we'll try to make it on August 22nd. Subsequent days might be a little harder to make that 30-40 minute drive to beautiful Burbank, California. We are joined, like I said, with Mr. Olympian, Mr. Truppel himself. That is Mr. Tim, super producer Tim. And we are joined, as always, Ryan holding down the fort last week when I believe both of us were absent. I was in the great city of San Diego. Ryan, how are we doing tonight?
Doing amazing. We are not in Cleveland, Ohio, where most of the hobby is, but we will try to deliver some of the sights and sounds from the mistake on the lake. There we go. At least he's searching for some Michael Jordan cards. So at least our boy Mojo
He's learning.
He's getting some good advice maybe from Showtime Collectibles. But we've probably got a fired up chat room ready to talk about one of the biggest hobby, if not the biggest hobby event of the year. I see Living with LT in the chat. I see BK Sports Cards. I see Bob Boozle got his internet connection working. And he is in the chat. Eric Munson is in the chat. Kenny P. 305 Collector. Samuel Moose. Brian Bayless. Ferris Sterling. Maybe some of you guys brave the crowds, brave the lines out there in Cleveland. So we'll be talking about that. We got big news actually surrounding one of the hobby's biggest companies, Fanatics, Michael Rubin. We'll touch on that as well. And if you were in Cleveland or if you were anywhere around the world watching Sports Card Radio, you can call into the cbhobby.com hotline. You can come over here and take 10% off any of this wax. I bet a lot of this stuff has got to be cheaper than some of the prices at the National.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because I think they're running pack promotions or something. And so I saw one post that said most of the wax dealers kind of increase their prices, at least according to one post, 10 to 20% higher than general market, because obviously you're buying the box to go and redeem it for some pack promotions. So, man,
didn't Jeff Wilson say how trustworthy Diego Cardwold was last week? Oh, I thought I heard that, but maybe I was mistaken. But you can get some CT scan free boxes over at cbhobby.com. Promo code Will Greer, save 10%. We're not sure if the boxes at the National are CT scan free. So we'll have to investigate that, but we got a lot to go over. We got a lot of reviews from the first full 2 days at the National are coming in. We got reviews from Blowout Cards to go over, people from Facebook, people from Twitter. We got an emailer. So we got a lot of opinions about what's going on down there in Cleveland. My opinion is these crowds are absolutely insane compared to when I went to this thing when it was in Cleveland, and I believe it was 2014 and 2016. It was the Crickets freaking pavilion out there in Cleveland. The Crickets pavilion. And now we're having people stand several hours in line. I believe this was the line for either VIP or general admission yesterday or today. So we got the line wrapping around the building. We got parking problems. We got traffic. But once you're inside, it is a huge, massive card show, and commerce and business is taking place. So we can't start talking about the National quite yet.
We have a new sponsor.
We do.
They don't know
Yeah.
it, but they are the new official sponsor,
Correct.
an official Thai restaurant of Sports Card Radio. Folks, this is where Sports Card Radio, when and if we make it to the area of the country this fine establishment is located, we'll be sure to have a fan meetup and probably do a live outside on the steps of Don Zach Thai Restaurant. Folks, this is where we will have we'll be holding a trade night here. Please, if you're, where was this photo taken? Do you know?
I believe Washington, D.C.
If you're located in Washington, D.C., please visit the official Thai restaurant of Sports Card Radio, Don Sak Thai Cuisine Restaurant. Please visit it. Give them 5-star on Yelp. Give them 5-star on Google reviews. Tell them that Sports Card Radio sent you and that you appreciate everything that they do, not only for the Thai community, but also the card fondling Sports Card Radio community as well. We'll be holding an event next time we're in Washington, D.C., which, based on the events that you had going on yesterday, it's not a city I'd be really overly excited about getting to anytime soon, as George Soros is bussing in protesters by the busload. But once that dies down and quiets down a little bit, we get a rational president, someone that's actually alive, actually in the Oval Office, then maybe we'll visit Washington, D.C. and hold our first event at Don Sak Thai Restaurant in the great Washington, D.C. is like considered a state, isn't it? Or is it a city? I don't really know, but there you go, folks. Don Sak Thai Restaurant, the new official Thai restaurant of Sports Card Radio. If you need Thai cuisine, you know where to go.
Just a historic day in sports card history and sports card radio history.
Yes.
So, first full day of the National. And like you said, I think you said we've done a lot for the Thai community. So I would echo those sentiments. And our new unofficial sponsor, welcome aboard.
Yeah.
But did you want
to argue with the waiter?
Well, what's that?
Chat said you're allowed to argue with the waiter.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like Luca. Yeah, exactly. You could sit there and just yell the whole time.
More ice in the water.
And
Idiot.
people still be like, oh, he was so great. Oh my God. He was just the greatest customer of all time.
They can serve you cold Thai food at this Don Sak restaurant, and it's still going to be generational type Thai food. It could be like the whitest Thai food ever. Some white dude could come make it and serve it to you. Everybody be like, the greatest Thai food ever. That's the Don Sak. Generational Thai food, Ryan. This is where you go to get your generational quality Thai food.
I agree.
Extra nutty flavor at Don Sak.
Indeed.
But did you want to get into the sights and the sounds?
Yeah.
The
I mean, this
steak
is
on the lake.
This is exciting. I mean, this looks like an event that is. I mean, we kind of questioned, hey, are tickets selling well? Is this going to be attended very well? I mean, all those questions are answered day one. Maybe they oversold this thing. You know what I mean? Maybe they oversold it, because what we're hearing is the traffic. And I've never heard of traffic in Cleveland. Maybe it exists. I don't know. But apparently the traffic to get into the place is tough. There's a wait to get in. If you're trying to take a piss, let alone a deuce, I've heard an hour in a bathroom line. An hour in a bathroom line. I don't know where the porta potties are. I don't know why a venue
change their gender, right? That they can just change their gender to female.
Maybe not in Ohio. That's a thing in California, but it's not. I don't think it's been transplanted to Ohio yet. In California, yeah, you would just walk into the ladies' restroom. It wouldn't matter. No one would care. In fact, it'd be like encouraged. In Ohio, they're a little more. They've got their heads screwed on a little tighter than we do out here in California. So I don't know, but this looks like. I mean, right now this doesn't look super crowded. I don't know when this video was taken. Maybe it was before general public is allowed. Yeah, this is probably before the general public. This is probably all dealer to dealer kind of traffic, maybe like real super VIP or whatever is allowed to kind of walk around. But no, this looks like a great event. It looks, outside again. And again, I think we'll talk about this. We don't necessarily have to get into it now. But Ryan, if we're waiting in hour-long traffic, if we're waiting to get in, if there's no bathrooms, apparently the AC is okay. Apparently the Wi-Fi works okay. Why can't we have this in a destination city then? If we have to deal with traffic, why don't we just have this in a real city that we can all fly in? Like we deal with traffic every day out here in California. So if we're going to have to go to the national and deal with traffic, one of the excuses I've heard people bring up, like, oh, the reason why we have it in Cleveland is because it's going to accommodate large crowds, and it's not like California where, yeah, you're going to have to sit in traffic. It's going to, the hotels are going to be expensive, XYZ. Well, it's the same thing's happening here in Cleveland. So you're kind of surging into the city of Cleveland, bringing in a lot of people. It's creating havoc on the transit. I doubt there's a lot of mass transit. There's probably not a lot of bus stops and things like that, and Ubers and taxis and things like that. Whereas if this was at the convention center in Las Vegas, it'd be like just another day in Las Vegas. And we all could be walking down there. Now, would we be a little lighter in our pockets? Maybe that's one of the reasons why you have it in Cleveland, right? There's literally nothing else to do other than to go to this event with a wad of cash to buy what we're seeing is largely overpriced wax and overpriced pictures of men. So what do you think? Where do you want to start? And again, I think the event, the fact that you got so many people there, that's super exciting. It's great for the hobby. Certainly if you're a vendor there and you're trying to sell some stuff, this is absolutely fantastic. But would you wait an hour in a line just to take a piss?
It's astonishing. So I think people literally were contemplating changing their genders at the National today in Cleveland, Ohio, because of the bathroom situation. So it was a nightmare about the last mile to get in. We'll get into that. On the first day, I believe it was at times an hour to 2 hour wait to get your VIP pass. Now, you could have just walked up and bought a regular ticket for $30, which some people did. So if you were general admission, you actually got treated better than VIP at this event. And now if you were disabled, boy, oh boy, we got people willing to quit the hobby today after their experience at the National. So we will get into quite a bit of the sights, sounds, and reviews at the National. This video is absolutely incredible because it shows Jeff Wilson also makes a cameo at the very beginning. You'll see him on the right-hand side filming his video. And you got Mojo over here like a politician, just shaking people's hands that maybe know him or don't know him. I mean, this is just, oh man, this is sports card gold right there. There's Jeff. There's Jeff right there. Oh my God. Look, Jeff's over here doing a second take. Mojo's over here running for president.
He's looking around for people to like shake hands with.
God, that is incredible content. God, this is just, Wow, I don't know if I can get over that, but we got a lot to talk about in regards to the National. Here is Sports Collectors Daily taking a picture of the line for the restroom that wraps around this food truck to the left and underneath that curtain. Wow.
Fantastic. What's
A lot of
that?
people, this is the Whatnot Breaking Arena. Is this the David Gelfman Breakers Pavilion? And
I don't know.
it looks like at one point they had all these breakers, or at any point during the National, you can look up and look at all your hobby heroes breaking cards on Whatnot. So the casino and the gambling is alive and well at the National. That's for damn sure. But look, we got some funny reviews to talk about this thing. So outside of hey, we could talk about the huge crowds and the money flowing and the hobby heroes running for. I still can't get over this. That we got Jeff and Mojo sitting here just basically running for president right here. I think in November we should have an election, because I mean we got Mojo over here running for president. We got Jeff. Oh man.
Yeah, we could do like president, vice president of the hobby, secretary of state, treasury, first lady. That I think that was the first. I mean, Ryan. Oh, I mean that's the first question. Maybe I'll pose to you. If we were to hold an election in the hobby, we know who would want to run for president and those types of things, and those people have tend to have, just like politicians have egos the size of Cleveland. But who would be the first lady of the hobby? We've got a number of choices. I can think of maybe two or three. I can actually think of three ladies probably right off the top of my head that would absolutely be in the running for it. It would be difficult for me to maybe make a decision there. But who would you put up for first lady, if you will, of the hobby?
I mean, we got the voice of the Golden Touch, Alex Giamo. She's got to be right up there, right? So I think she's got to be in the running for first lady of the hobby. We got a girl, Mary Gamble, who went from 6,000 followers when her boyfriend dumped her to now she has 9,200 followers. So she's bounced back in a major way. We got our girl, Sarah Rips, out in Caked Breaks, formerly of Backyard Breaks. And we got our girl, Christine, who wanted to slap Jeff with a flip-flop. It would have been really funny if this video was being taken and then she ran up and slapped Jeff with a flip-flop. This is one of the most historic videos in the history of sports cards here. So, my God, Mojo running for president and Jeff also running for president here in the background. God, this is just, whoo, overwhelming classic stuff happening in Cleveland there. Who would be your first lady of the hobby?
I wouldn't be able to. Is my mic okay? Tim said I had a little sound check real quick. Am I good?
I don't know. Yeah,
You sound better now. You sound better.
Okay, cool. Okay. It was on my headphones. Sorry. 1 week off and I don't know how to set my microphone settings. So I'm back to full strength here. I tell you what, I think you named the gals that would be, I think at the top of the ticket. You got Mary Gamble for sure. You got our girl, Alex, I think without a doubt. I mean, come on. And then I think you've got Mrs. Rips. I think those three right there. And now I think other people would want to put in what's the one gal that breaks? Mama Breaks. So I think you could probably toss in Mama Breaks. That foursome right there. I mean, Tim would probably be all about that foursome right there. I know that.
Yeah.
Without be hard to choose, probably, Tim, which one to.
Wow.
So
First
I mean, I think
first lady of the hobby.
Of those four, which one?
Well, it would be Jeff's wife, because she literally created the biggest 14,000 square foot store in America.
That is without a doubt.
Wow.
Without Miss Wilson, we wouldn't have Cards HQ, America's card shop, Brian. One day we'll have to.
She wasn't in the cameo.
I was randomly reading the reviews of Cards HQ, like on Google or Yelp or one of those. And I mean, there's a lot of like good ones in there, but man, there's a lot of There's the ones that are bad are like consistently the same. You know what I mean? Like the things that are wrong are wrong. And a guy like Jeff Wilson, like his shop lacks like a soul, and I think that probably, defines Jeff Wilson altogether. Is just a man without a soul.
Wow.
And so his card shop, I think, mirrors that a little bit. I mean, this is the guy who calls himself a sports card investor. And has he ever made a good sports card investment? He calls himself a tech investor, Ryan. And we know this in his 48-page lawsuit that he sent over. He didn't name a single tech investment that he had actually made. And in fact, he named a couple that have since gone bankrupt. So, but thank God, like Tim said, for his wife, for bringing us Cards HQ, probably funding Sports Card Investor and everything that we have. We wouldn't have Jeff Wilson without his wife. So thank God.
Wow.
She might be she might be like a Michelle Obama or something like that. Just really tough to beat at the top of the tipping.
Where is she?
No, he's got to have a camera person. Come on, please.
Okay.
Got to have a camera person. So,
man. It's got wheelchairs, people trying to bring wheelchairs, and then you got these influencers fucking with their cameras out and shit. It's like, guys, get the fuck out of the way. Like, get the fuck out of the way. We got Granny coming in here. Like, Granny don't give a fuck. She's like, oh, I don't want to talk to Jeff or Mojo. God, this is
that old guy's like, I need to find my 1966 near mint cards that I'm missing for my set.
Like, God, we got like, get the fuck out of the way, guys.
Yeah.
Man. That's historic content right there, man. That is absolutely historic. So
well, let's keep things rolling. I think you've got some what do you got, some reviews?
We always get distracted. But
start
the reviews are in. The reviews are in from Cleveland.
Okay.
I took several from all throughout the hobby. Look, you can go over and click on YouTube and find any number of people who are probably saying that this thing was awesome. But
yeah,
I think we like to bring you the other side of the coin a lot of times, or at least elevate those voices. Here's this guy, Awesome Brian. He said, usually I defend or give the venue the benefit of the doubt, but this was a clusterfuck wrapped in a dumpster fire. Over an hour wait to get halfway down Eastland and into the IX Center. Then it was like a free-for-all. 2 people directing traffic. And this is what I thought was really funny. He said the fine lady screamed, none of these people got anything better to do than to come here.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And unless it's going to Don Sack Thai restaurant.
Yep. So I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And so if you were trying to get in and see our boy Mojo and see our boy Jeff Wilson when these doors open, you likely sat in traffic, and then in the last mile, you likely sat there waiting to get in to park. So absolutely nightmare parking situation and a nightmare traffic situation once you got very close to the venue. Now, we might have to have Mr. David ANTX on the program. Here's another review that came in. He echoed the traffic problem. Although maybe these guys, like you said, they're from the Midwest and they're not used to sitting in traffic. Maybe it really wasn't that bad. He said traffic could be, yeah. Traffic was horrible this morning. My wife and I literally had to get out of our Uber at 11 a.m. and walk the last mile to the conference. Else I was going to miss an Earl Campbell autograph appointment. Heaven forbid. So this guy pulled his wife. We need to get his wife on Sports Card Radio. If you are David ANTX's wife, please call into the CB Hobby.
She was that one pushing the wheelchair. So.
Oh my God. Please call into the Sports Card Radio CB Hobby hotline We want to know about your experience about being pulled out of an Uber, having to walk the last mile. I heard it was raining a little bit in Cleveland, just so that your husband wouldn't miss his Earl Campbell autograph appointment. I think Earl Campbell is literally signed at the National for the last like 45 years at least.
He'll probably be there tomorrow.
Yeah. You can catch him at the airport, I'm sure, too. For $20, he'll sign anything you want. So I thought that was quite interesting. What do you think about people in the hobby pulling their wives out of the Uber, walking a mile so that they don't miss an autograph appointment? What are your thoughts on that? I'm curious.
I mean, that's strong. That is strong. We thought it was going to be a challenge to get an Uber. Doesn't sound like the Uber is the challenge. It's actually getting into the venue. That is difficult. Strong dedication to get out of the car and walk. I would love to hear what this guy's wife says about that. And certainly, you know, if you're going to get married, you definitely want to get married to somebody that's willing to drive to the IX Center in the middle of nowhere and get out of the Uber and walk a mile to go get Earl Campbell's autograph, which is probably worth maybe less than what you're going to have to pay for it at the IX Center in terms of what you got to do to get in. But yeah, that's tough. It does seem like maybe the venue or maybe the national convention is stuck in the past a little bit in terms of getting people through the door, because I think you said there was like an hour wait to get your VIP pass. Well, they have these beautiful thing called QR codes these days, where like when I signed up for the CES in Las Vegas, they just sent me a little QR thing to my phone. Now there was sometimes a wait to get in because they were searching backpacks and stuff like that to get into the venues. And so sometimes you had to, it wasn't never an hour, but sometimes, and then we're talking about CES, which is like probably dwarfs the attendance that you see at the National. But it's like they should have QR codes. You should have been sent your pass well in advance. Like, I don't understand why you have to, is this always the case that you have to pick up your pass at the venue, or can you why can't you get your pass on your phone? Like, that's what I don't understand.
This is ran like a little mom and pop shop, basically. I mean,
that looks miserable.
It's unheard of. I mean, this amount of people is awesome and a burden at the same time. I mean, it just an astonishing. There's Jeff recording his video. Maybe we'll get Mojo in the cameo there. But just an incredible amount of people, and it looks like in Cleveland they weren't able to move these people successfully. So I heard about people parking on the grass and walking, and just kind of a nightmare scenario if you were trying to get there on time. Now, if you wanted to roll in at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and stay for a couple hours and leave early, you could probably get in and out of there with relative ease.
Seems to me that would be the play. Like, that, to me, the play would be to show up maybe a little bit later in the day. If you're serious, if you're like Mojo and you want to be seen, like a lot of these guys, like Jeff Wilson, and this is obviously like a tiny percentage of the people that are going to this thing. Like, they just want to be seen. But if you were there to actually look at cards and maybe try to find something that you were looking for, or find a deal, or even if you had cards that you were trying to sell, seems to me I'd want to show up maybe, 2 hours before close. And by then, maybe everybody has gone to a trade night. Maybe everybody had kind of gotten worn out a little bit. The adrenaline rush kind of worn out. And you might be able to actually get in there and look at some of this stuff and maybe find a dealer that's going to want to buy your stuff, or find what you're looking for. Seems to me you'd want to roll in maybe a little bit later as kind of the initial rush. People are looking for those silver packs, or I don't know if Panini's doing, I don't even know if Panini has a big presence at this one. If they're doing that redemption kind of packs that they used to do, and that we saw, remember last year where they went into the back and they Backyard Breaks came up there with let's get the special ones for Backyard. So I don't know. But look, overall looks fantastic. if you're into this type of thing, if you're into cards, if you're into the hobby, this is a great event. It looks like a lot of fun. Personally, I get like anxiety around large crowds. I wouldn't be able to stand in those hallways with all those crowds. Just wouldn't be a thing I'd be super excited about. But overall, to me, this looks really good. This looks healthier than maybe I thought initially, considering, like we said, they were still selling VIP passes well after what they normally did. But it looks like to me, maybe they oversold this. Like they actually oversold maybe the number of tickets, and maybe that there was actually too much. There's actually too many people here, and that maybe they could have controlled it a little bit. But look, if you're a vendor, if you're setting up at this thing, I don't know what it costs to get one of these tables. You probably have to buy multiple tables and stuff like that. And then you're traveling out there and all this stuff. You're spending thousands of dollars. Even if you're from Ohio, you're probably spending a good amount of money to actually show up here. I tell you what, looks like an absolute hit.
I mean, yeah, just the amount of people there is unbelievable. Now, of course, we've got the negative reviews flowing in from Facebook. This is from an Ohio Sports Card Shows group on Facebook that I'm a part of. This guy said, major fail for the city of Cleveland and the event organizers to not have police directing traffic around the country roads. You remember that they had a lady who apparently was saying, none of these people got anything better to do than to come over here in the National and look at pictures of man.
They wait all year for this, ma'am. This is their one trip. They get one trip a year. Do they go to Disneyland? No. Do they go to Paris? No. Do they come to San Diego and stay on the beach? No. Ryan, where do they go?
They go to the Mistake by the lake.
Yep. This is it. Does that look like a guy that wants to be anywhere except Cleveland, Ohio, collecting pictures of men? That is the hobby right there, baby.
I love it.
Well,
this guy was disappointed with the traffic and that they had inexperienced people working. This guy echoed the sentiments, said, wildly disappointed in my entire experience at the National. Traffic bad, registration lines bad, VIP experience bad, and all of that to meet card sellers who are marked up 400%. Not worth it, he says. I think it's worth it rolling in on Sunday with a big old cart and trying to wheel off with a bunch of stuff that people don't want to take home.
yeah, that could be it. In general, is that what we're seeing? Is that in general, the prices, unlike cbhobby.com, where you can use the promo code Will Grier and you can save 10%. And I was listening to the show last night, and you were talking about Topps Chrome Baseball, I think was like it's like a $200 box or something. And I think CB Hobby had it right at retail, maybe even slightly under retail, and you could get 10% off. So it seems to me things are priced really affordably. Wouldn't surprise me if the people that are slamming the promo code Will Grier to save 10% off are probably other breakers, because this seems to be reasonably priced based on what I'm seeing out there. But in general, that was the feedback I got. But we could be wrong. It could be just first day type of thing. But it seemed in general what we were hearing and seeing was people were saying that the pricing at the National was elevated, was quite elevated.
Well, that's always been the case. And I mean, you could go back and look at my videos from 10 years ago, and you should have bought everything in the whole room. So what's overpriced today might be underpriced tomorrow. So, and there's lots of deals to be had. I mean, everybody's got a Pelican case. Everybody's sitting down at a table trying to wheel and deal. You don't necessarily need a table. You don't necessarily need to be a dealer. You could come with a small stack of cards and probably, get some deals done. And of course, they have the trade nights. Now, if you were a handicap boy, you were fucked. This dude over here, Mr. Daniel, on Twitter said that he's leaving the hobby has been on his mind for a few months now. And he says he enjoys meeting the new people, but the National was the last straw for him. He wasn't able to stand in line. It was hard to see the vendor tables from like a wheelchair or being handicapped. And the icing on the cake for him was the fact that Fanatics set up their little trailer in the handicap parking section of the IX Center. And I do notice that they got one of our little hobby heroes over there on the little trailer or box or whatever the hell this thing is. So as you get a little older, or if you suffer an accident and you're handicapped, the IX Center and with these large crowds is not for you. It used to be the exact opposite. Actually, the IX Center used to be really easy to get in and out of compared to Atlantic City, compared to Chicago. If you needed like a wheelchair, you needed something like that. No more. I think if you're in a wheelchair, if it's hard for you to walk around or stand for hours at a time, ebay.com, cbhobby.com, golden.com. I'd recommend some online websites for your shopping experience. So certainly some people are pissed off about their experience. And whenever you get that many people in a room and they have to wait an hour to get in because of the parking and or the ticket situation, people are going to be pissed. Now, we did get an email. David Snyder, actually, with the $9.99, he says, has the Jackson holiday errors had a net positive effect on the 89 Billy Ripken Air? Comps looking better. I would say so. I haven't looked, but it would be my guess that the 89 Billy Ripken card, the fuckface card. Hopefully Card Collector 2 wasn't listening when I cussed right there. It's probably gone up. Something we can investigate. Maybe look at the prices. But we did get an email from this morning, listener of the show, anonymous listener of the show. He said, crowd is large, sales are good. Cell phone internet service is non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
Reconfiguration of the IX Center has left a smaller footprint with minimal restroom facilities. Bathroom lines are very long. Now, I liked that he followed it up a couple hours later, and he said decent amount of non-corporate tail running around too. So we like to hear those reports as well.
There we go. That makes up for the long. I mean, if you're standing in the restroom, Ryan, what could be worse if there's not a little eye candy to kind of preoccupy your time? But could you stand in line for an hour and have a couple of first ladies of this hobby walk by and probably make the time go by? That'd probably make it a lot better.
I think it would.
Somebody's asking about the food situation. I think we did hear that the food. Do you have any comments on the food?
The food situation was a nightmare because the lines were astronomical. So if you're trying to get food, maybe it took a half hour, maybe it took an hour. If you're trying to go to a bathroom and you identified as male, it was going to take half hour to an hour. So everything was just taking a long, long time. If you wanted to eat, if you needed to go to the bathroom, if you needed to park your car.
Chat said it's a $48 cardboard pizza.
Oh yeah, the food's going to be horrible.
$48.
So,
damn.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive too. There's no doubt about that. They got you locked in out there because the last thing you want to do is go make a food run. That's going to cost you an hour and a half. So I tried to whip up some pros and cons of the National. I think the crowds are contributing to the traffic and to the ticket jam and to the long food lines, but I do think that's a pro. You'd rather it be a lot of people than it be the Crickets convention like it was in 2014 and 2016. And even if the dealers are charging astronomical prices, or it's more of a museum, they don't want to sell anything, there's trade nights, there's side deals to be had. And if you were ambitious and wanted to cut some deals, I think you could. Obviously, the cons: traffic, parking, people who identify as male, hour-long wait for the bathroom, food lines, leaving many starving on the streets of Cleveland in front of the IX Center. Everything is overpriced, and it's hard to browse tables because there's so many fucking people.
That would suck.
So, what are
To,
your thoughts?
to wait in traffic, to
Right.
wait an hour, to be hungry unless you brought snacks. My guess is that would be a wise thing to do. Is put a couple of snacks in your backpack. For Mojo, obviously that might be a dozen donuts, and maybe for our guy, what's that guy's name again? Santiago. He
Santiago.
might. I mean, he's probably sitting there, trying to line
Where's
up
our
the
man purse? Where's our man
Yeah.
purse?
Yeah, well, he's going to put the snacks in there.
Oh, okay.
Seems to me that would be the disappointing thing, because it sounds a little bit like, although it's gotten better over the years, like going to a sporting event, you got to wait in traffic to get in. You got to park. You got to go wait in line to get in. You got to go wait in line for the hot dog. But then you sit down in your seat and you can actually see the game. Here at the National, you have to do all of that. You have to wait in traffic. You have to wait to park. You have to wait to get in. You might have to wait in line to pee, wait in line to get food that might be overpriced and subpar. But then you don't even get to look at the cards that you came to look at. Or if you're trying to sell cards, you might not get that opportunity to that guy that's got, buying everything 80 off comp, and you were going to sell all your shit to him. Well, you might not even get to his table. So it seems to me that would be the most frustrating thing, is to go through all of this and then not get the payoff of being able to, go to the booth that you wanted to go to, see the cards that you wanted to see. If cell service is tough, internet service is tough, you got your buddy there that you haven't seen, or a guy you've met on social media but you never met in person. Well, you might not even be able to connect because cell service, or it's too busy, or he can't get in, or he was stuck in traffic, or whatever. Seems to me like that would kind of be a downer. And so like, I'm totally worth waiting in line, waiting in traffic to a concert, a basketball game, the Super Bowl, anything like that. Well, at least I get to sit down and I get to watch the game. I get the experience that I paid for. But here it's like, it's like you never even get that full experience. And so for some people that might be enough, though, just to be there, just to walk around, see some friends and things like that. That might be
Mojo's
enough.
hand.
Yeah, shake Mojo's hand.
Like, that's
See
enough
Jeff
for you.
Wilson, have Card Collector 2 offer you, 40 off on your card. That might be enough for most people. That might be enough.
There's a kid that like runs into Jeff Wilson trying to like bump him out of the way to like get the fuck out of the way, Jeff. Like, people are trying to get to the National, Jeff. Like get the fuck out of the way. Look at that kid. He's like, get out of the way. This is the only piece of content I need to see from the Nationals. This video right here is Mojo running for president, and we got Jeff running for president in the background, and we got a bunch of old people being like, God damn, would you little whippersnappers just get the fuck out of the way? I get my 1952, and we get a little cameo of She Breaks too. So
I was gonna say that could be a first lady candidate there.
no shit.
That's definitely first lady quality there, for sure. So I think we've got a 5 or 6 way race. Obviously, though, Miss Wilson probably at the top of the ticket, since she's contributed, as much to this hobby outside of PPP loans have. And so that's fantastic. I will say about the wheelchair thing, I think with an event like this, man, I think, like, we can sit here and joke and laugh and whatever. It is a real thing. We do have fans of the show that are unfortunately not able to walk or have to use a wheelchair. And I think an event like this should be able to take care of that. It's not that many people coming through the door. They should have parking that is not an insane wait, and they should, not that they shouldn't have to stand in line or whatever, but man, you should be able to like park, a little closer than the average person. So that's just my thoughts. Not that I'm fucking turning, Kamala Harris woke over here, but I just think there are, there are standards that I think we have these days for people in wheelchairs. I challenge anybody that makes fun of a guy in a wheelchair, go buy a wheelchair at the fucking Goodwill and roll around with it in a week. And you're going to be like, God damn, this fucking sucks. So it's like, come into one of these events. It takes some courage to get out of your comfort zone and do it. And I think the more we can make it, the better. She's looking good. I mean, she's looking good. So I don't know about the dweeb next to her. If that's the competition, guys, I would find the table and get your first pickup line. That looks achievable, guys. If that's what's dragging in. Look, she's like carrying something. What the hell? He's got his hand in her pockets. Get your hand in your pockets, bro, and carry your bag.
This is classic footage right here from the National right here.
It really is. We're learning a lot. We're learning a lot just from very short clips.
Like this is God. This is like. Go ahead, Tim. Oh my God.
So
she wears the pants.
Yep.
This
That's
is
surprising.
This is Tim, like drugs for me.
That's open for business. Yeah, that is A1 open for business. You might be able to slide. If she's at Burbank, it wouldn't be surprised if you're in that one real quick.
Man, that's some of the best 20 seconds in sports card content history right here, man. I tell really you what, this is like drugs for me right here. It's like Where's Waldo? You just see something new every time you watch it. So absolutely incredible. Incredible television. So it looks like fun times down in Cleveland, but I mean, is it time that they stop holding these things in fucking third world countries? Like, why is it in Atlantic City? Why is it in Cleveland?
Right.
I don't think the parking situation is much better out in Chicago, but at least you have some hotels across the street that you can wheel your fucking wheelbarrow across the street with 1989 Fleer cards after the show is over. And I don't think Fanatics Fest is going to be the card show. I mean, it's only got 350 tables. There's like fucking thousands of tables at the National.
Yeah, it's not going to be
corporate.
Yeah.
I think the next 3 years they're holding it in Chicago. Now the AC went out last year, and that was a problem. So I don't know what's worse, sitting in traffic, spending an hour to get in, or the AC goes out.
No,
it's already going to be a little musty in there. I mean, we should do a deodorant check on these guys.
But the corporate talent might remove items of clothing if it gets real hot and steamy in there. So that could be a positive.
Wow. Okay. And your thoughts on She Breaks and her chances of being first lady of the hobby?
I think we've got to put her in the running. She certainly is in the running now. Now it looks like her running mate that she walked into is an absolute fucking joke. So that has me questioning her standards, her, how she feels about herself. But we could fix that. That could be an employee. That could be a cameraman. I don't know. They're walking pretty close there, but I don't understand why his hands are in his pockets and she's carrying something. That's a big mistake. So got to correct that. We could have him on the show and get him tightened up a little bit, but this is not looking good to me.
Okay. To that end, our boy Brian Gray commented on this photo. This guy Eric posted the lobby. It looks like probably right before the National opened, and boy, this thing is jam packed. I mean, that is fucking crazy. Brian Gray says male to female ratio on this photo 25-1. And that one walked a mile with her husband, so he didn't miss the Earl Campbell fucking autograph opportunity.
Damn right.
He says this needs to change in the hobby. I don't know how you do this. I mean, we're over here, bidding on pictures of men. So I don't know how you get women interested in this shit.
And look, I don't agree with that statement. I haven't been to a Taylor Swift concert, but I bet if you went to a Taylor Swift concert, I don't know. I could be wrong about this because I haven't gone, but from my impression, you go to Taylor Swift concert, it might be 25 or like maybe like Jonas Brothers or someone like that. Like it's probably 25-1 female. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I don't think we need to be like, oh my God, there needs to be more men that like Jonas Brothers, or there needs to be more men going to Taylor Swift's concerts. You know what I mean? Like I just think this is one of these hobbies, or we need more men at the World Series of Poker, or more women at the World Series of Poker. It's just, more women at the fucking blackjack table in Vegas. There's just certain things that men like to do, and there's certain things that women like to do. And I don't blame a woman for not wanting to fucking go wait in line in traffic, fucking go stand in line. They might be able to go to the bathroom, eat cardboard pizza. And then when you get there, you don't even it's like fucking going to a Taylor Swift concert and not even getting to see her sing her songs or whatever. Like we don't even get to walk up to these tables. And you got fucking Jeff Wilson and Mojo acting like they're fucking Joe Biden and shit. So
this is great. Look at him. He's like,
please God, have these guys recognize
please.
me.
Oh, recognize me. Please. Yep. Oh, good. Did you get that on camera?
Nope.
And then Jeff's in it too. God, look at Jeff on his third take. Oh my God, classic footage.
She break rolls her eyes.
And she breaks is just, look at these fucking idiots.
She's like, where are those sports card radio guys? Let me go find them. There's a
For
real
real.
fucking those real fucking men, not these beta males out here.
Wow.
It's absolutely fantastic. If you guys want to call in, we do have the CB Hobby hotline open for business. Posted this link in the chat. You want to mute the stream that you are watching in order to have the best connection. And if you're attending the National or going to the National and you want to give an opinion, or if you're just, you want to give us an opinion on who should be the first lady of the hobby, we are more than welcome to hear those types of things. Yeah, I mean, I think at the very least, Ryan, with all these first ladies, since they're all such strong contenders, like we got to get them in the cabinet. If they don't win first lady, well, we got to, there's Secretary of State, there's DOJ, there's, there's all FTC chair, there's all this, Federal Reserve chair. You got to get these ladies, some high authority positions inside of the hobby. So I think that would be fantastic.
I think we should have some elections in the hobby. Clearly, Jeff and Mojo are running for president. Look, they're literally day one of the National out here like they're Joe Biden trying to shake hands. Or I guess now it's Kamala Harris trying to shake hands.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, we can elect numerous positions: the Attorney General, Secretary of Defense, Treasury Department.
I think so.
I think that would be
a great
fun.
idea.
So it looks like the National is pretty much a shit show if you're trying to get in and you're trying to park.
We'll see what day,
wheelbarrow in.
Let's see Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you've got 3 more days. First day, excitement and things like that. These are your diehards. These are your, your presidential candidates right there out in front. Instead of like looking for cards to buy, they're out there looking to shake hands and kiss babies. That'll wear off by Friday afternoon. And then when you get to Saturday and Sunday, the people with jobs and real lives actually begin to start showing up. And so it could, we'll see what develops over the next, couple of days. But overall, despite the operational hiccups, which, as we know, the people that run the National, I mean, God, we're vying for a board seat on PSA, Ryan. I mean, if they put us on the board of the National, stuff like this wouldn't happen because, guys, we'd have QR codes, we'd have handicap parking, we would figure out the parking situation, we'd maybe develop some mass transit, those types of things. We'd have all that stuff sorted out because these are the types of things that we saw maybe foresee happening maybe beforehand. But we've actually been to some events where some of these technologies are actually have been used, and they sure do make it a lot easier to get in and out of events. And so, you know, I don't know if we would accept the board seat to the national, but I think we are in I wouldn't say discussions, but we are top of mind for PSA when they name their next board seats. I'm sure we'll be right in the running for that.
I agree. We're currently accepting board applications and board seats for a number of different hobby companies. So sportscardshow@gmail.com. They're looking at those atrocious Jordan autographs. I mean, those look like shit. You can't even see the fucking signature. This guy like won a golf bet with Michael Jordan, got Jordan to sign these cards, had PSA sitting there, and then Jordan was like, "Yeah, I want to sign him in blue ink." It's like, dude, sometimes you got to be like, "Yo, MJ, yo, take the silver or the gold out, bro, and sign it." Black would have been better option maybe than blue ink on there. That's just atrocious. But everybody's gonna go over there and ooh and ah over them and be like, "Oh my god, it's so fucking amazing." Speaking of ooh and ah, and it looks like She Breaks has got herself in the running. A first lady of the hobby. We're going to be electing that come November. Guarantee you that. So she's certainly on the ballot. Leave your comments of who else you want to see first lady in the hobby. But they hold these conventions in third world countries who got 2 people taking tickets and 2 people directing parking. And they probably expected 50 people to show up, not 50,000. And so it's amazing, and it's good for the hobby that, man, all these people are interested. All these people showed up. But, man, somebody's over there has got to get their shit together. Because eventually people get tired of this. You remember, what was it? The most well-attended national? What was it? The 1991 one in Anaheim or something? And then guess what? For about 2 decades, the national was the Crickets convention. Until Jeff Wilson told you guys to buy sports cards. He magically returned. God, this video of them at the front here is... man, this is drugs for me. And look, she gives them a look like, oh man, she breaks, gives them a look right here.
There's got to be some drama there. Got to be something.
She looks at it and she's like, oh.
That's how she would look at. We'd come over to our table.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Hey guys, hey, Miss She Breaks, we've nominated you for first lady of the hobby, and she would just kind of roll her eyes. It's okay.
Jeff getting in the way of kids. She Breaks with the look. Mojo running for president. I mean, this is an incredible 15 seconds of content right here. Jeff just getting in the way of fucking kids and old men trying to get into this fucking thing.
Just standing right in the middle of
on his third take. Almost smacks a woman in the face right there.
This is the hobby, Ryan. If it's not the Crickets convention, this is what we get. What would you rather have, the Crickets convention or this?
Oh, this is... come on. Day. This all day. This is amazing.
Okay.
I mean, if you would have told me when I went to this thing in Cleveland at the stupid IX Center in 2014 and 2016, so not even that long ago, 10 years ago, and I guess 8 years ago, that it would have been like this, that people would have been parking on the side of the road and walking a mile and having their wife in a Jacksonville Jaguar shirt push you in a wheelchair for a mile so that you don't miss the Earl Campbell autograph signing. If people would have told me that it would have been like this, I never would have. I would have lost every single bet. Every bet. She's not in a Jaguar shirt. I thought she was in a Jaguar shirt, but shout out to anybody braving the crowds, braving the traffic, braving the parking, braving these influencers who might smack you in the face on their third take. Shout out to any of you guys out there in Cleveland who went to this thing. And look, you got to drive to this thing. I'm so jealous of people who get to drive to this thing. Boy, you go to this thing on Sunday at like 2 p.m. Woo, you just fill up your car. Because people don't want to take anything home.
That's what I'm thinking.
Sunday,
If it's
2
if
o'clock.
it's an hour to get out of there, you want to get rid of as much of it as possible.
Right. You don't want to take anything home. So if you
Yeah.
live within driving distance, Sunday is the day to go. Boy, I'd sit in 3-hour traffic to go on a Sunday. And just
A lot
try
of
to
the
clean up.
if I'm mistaken, maybe I'm mistaken here, but my understanding is a lot of, like Saturday and Sunday is if you're a dad and, you work during the week. I don't think kids are in school quite yet for the most part. I don't know about Ohio, but for the most part, kids aren't even in school yet. But you probably would pick Saturday and Sunday to come with your kids, And so I'm wondering if, we get a different vibe Saturday and Sunday. You get like this is like influencer fest. Like I want to be seen, look at me type of person. But maybe Saturday and Sunday you get a little bit more of the family atmosphere. Because I know we've been to these card shows and we've set up at card shows Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And there's a different vibe every single day, oftentimes. And it often depends on who's signing, too. If there's signers at the event, whoever the signers are, if you've got a bunch of Raiders players signing, this is not like a comment about anything, but if you got a bunch of Raiders players signing, it brings in a certain type of crowd. If you've got a bunch of 49ers signing, brings in a crowd. You got A's players signing, that brings in a crowd. Bring in Giants players, slightly different crowd. Every, and then if you had a bunch of non-sports or WWE guy, that would bring in a different type of crowd. So I think it probably depends on who's signing. And, but just in general, I've noticed like on the weekends, you tend to see more of the father-son type stuff, father-daughter type stuff. And that's, we'll see if the vibe changes. But I tell you what, overall, minus the traffic, minus everything else, looks like a huge success just in terms of the interest level in the hobby.
Oh, no doubt. That's why I went pros, the huge crowds. I mean, you'd rather this than the crickets convention.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, we need kids and we need to bring kids in the hobby. And I mean, remember that it was always, we need to bring kids in. We need to bring kids in. And it's like, nah, you guys just need to bring the gambling element and embrace that. And
yeah, I don't think we need more. I think Brian Gray's comment, we need more women. I don't think you need more people in this hobby, honestly. I mean, yeah, if more people, if it broadens out and those types of things, that'd be great. This is also Ohio. You know what I mean? Like Ohio just is going to be different than if you did the show out here in California. I mean, we come to California and, we're like the only white people at the whole card show. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, that's a slight exaggeration, but it's, you know what I mean? Like depending on where you live, and it's going to change on where it is. And I don't blame anybody for not wanting to make the trek to Cleveland, Ohio. Doesn't seem like it'd be that exciting.
Well, you said something there. You said, I don't know if we need more people in the hobby. I think we just need to service these people better. I mean, why are they standing in lines for bathrooms for an hour? Why are they waiting for parking? Why are VIPs treated worse than if you just wanted to walk up and buy general admission? Let alone if we want to start getting into the stuff with Tops and Fanatics and some of this other stuff and the products themselves. But I would just like to see the people in this hobby being treated better. I mean, if you can't make money on this fucking stupid card show, it's like Woodstock. You held this thing in the middle of nowhere and people showed up and couldn't get water and couldn't get food and couldn't go to the bathroom. But they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. You got Mojo over here taking selfies and running for president and Jeff running over kids and fucking, God, he almost fucking hit that kid right there. God, these guys are so fucking thirsty. They're literally at the entrance at the National, like fucking, oh, look at me, guys.
I mean, this is what they live for now, right? I mean,
God damn,
this
guys.
is
Like,
it.
put your camera. Like, you could tell they're not interested in the cards because they're not like all these people like running, be like, oh, I got to get that fucking 52 mantle. Oh shit, I want to see that 56 tops Jackie with the fucking bent corner, and I'm gonna put Kurt's juice on it and fucking get out of
Where's
the
the
way.
Earl maybe that's the Earl Campbell guy in the
Oh yeah, my
in the
bad.
costume.
The Earl Campbell autograph guest. Gotta get
Right.
over there. Man. You could tell they're not interested in the cards because they're over here fucking
right.
taking pictures of themselves. Wow, that's great. Well, right now, hobby president, Mojo Sports, and Jeff Wilson.
Well, I think
They're
we
at
could
the
have a
top of the ticket.
president and a mayor and a governor. Like, I think we could
Okay.
have, we could have it all, and maybe like a senator or two.
Okay.
Like, I think we could have like a whole, obviously president kind of has the executive power, but we could, we could put, other people in positions of power, governor, mayor, those types of things, vice president.
Man, we need somebody to. I mean, these guys don't give a. They running over babies and fucking smacking women in the face to get their content and shit. God damn, guys, just get out of the people's way for fucking 5 minutes. But he's at the top of the ticket. Jeff Wilson, Mojo Sports. Sometimes you don't necessarily agree or like the guy or gal running for president. So they were out there staking their claim and getting their name out. Shake hands. Babies.
I like the pricing stickers that guy has.
I like those as well.
I've got, did I show it to you? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I bought this thing on Amazon. It's called like a Nimbot. And I think this thing is like $10. And it's like inside, it's like a little mini thermal printer. So inside are these thermal labels.
Oh, dope.
And then you like link it to your phone. Like, we are not sponsored by Nimbot, unfortunately. But you link this to your phone and you can print out like all different types of things. I use it sometimes at the card shows, but what I've used it for recently is sometimes like I have two of the same Michael Jordan cards.
Mm-hmm.
One's like in kind of good condition and one's like maybe better. And so I label them here. So if somebody buys it off of eBay, I know which one to pluck out. And so this thing is really cool. It's just a little mini thermal printer. It links Bluetooth to your phone. And that's what it looked like when you were looking at those Jim Brown prices. That's what it reminded me of. And so I just thought this thing is really kind of come in handy. I mean, if it was like more expensive than $10, I'd be like, you can just use a pen or something. But for $10, that is like, it's not bad at all. And so I just think, I mean, if you want to upgrade, if you're like a dealer at a show or something, you want to upgrade your setup or whatever, this could be like a little option or whatever. There's probably other brands, but I thought this one's pretty cool. Super easy to sync with the phone and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been thinking about inventory management quite a bit. So that's actually kind of interesting. So, but you could also use it at a card show. Hopefully these guys got some air tags on their stuff. Speaking of air tags, we will have a little bit of an update on the Dallas Card Show theft. I did some due diligence on a potential suspect. So I think we can talk about that because everybody created content and was like, we got to find this guy. Well, has anybody actually sat down and tried to find the guy? So some tips came across the Sports Card Radio wire regarding the.
Isn't there a reward for this? Hold on.
Well, that's what I was thinking. That's why I looked into it.
70K reward. I saw off the top of my head. Wasn't there 70K?
Yeah, 70K. I spent a good half hour in looking at pictures of a guy and looking at tattoos and looking at footage. And so
I
we
thought
can
you
get into
spent a
that in
half
little bit.
hour. I thought you said you were going to say you would spend the 70K on a half hour with she
Oh,
breaks.
with she breaks. Oh yeah, she can just have it all. We don't
What do you
even
think
need to
her
negotiate
is
what
this
her
appropriate?
hourly rate is
That's what yeah, I'm glad you said it, not me.
to show up at a card show. Of course, that's what you were talking about.
Exactly. For an appearance. We're talking about an appearance fee.
Appearance fee. Her hourly rate could run quite high. Now, of course, we should.
What would be what would be quite high, since not the last time we were in Vegas, but one time I was in Vegas with you, and you kind of ran a train, if you will.
Wow.
So where you had back-to-back appointments, let's just put it that way. Quite high. What is quite high from kind of an hourly perspective for you?
I mean, I feel like she could go as high as any of these cards that we're looking at tonight, which some of them are pretty nice.
Okay.
I mean, this Larry
All
Bird patch card.
That's really nice. I like that card.
I like this card. I just like cards like this. Couldn't find a comp, of
And
course.
it's 22-23. That's, to me, it's like that's more modern PMG than it
True.
is like original PMG. So I'm not as excited about something
You're
like
not
that.
as excited. Okay.
No, that's like modern. They can make that card anytime they want. Now, a card like that, and the Larry Bird, they're continuing to make cards like this, but this is just classic.
There was so much Larry Bird shit in this auction. Like if you're Larry Bird aficionado, I mean, my God, Larry Bird
Ryan,
shit fucking everywhere.
Ryan, we have a guest, and I think the chat is going to be excited about this guest.
Oh boy, the chat's going to be fired up.
He's not on his boat.
Yeah, where's the boat?
What's up there, jerky?
How we doing?
Fuck? Where's the
How
boat?
are you, fruitcakes? The boat's on the dock, right where it belongs. How are you guys?
Chilling, man.
All
What's up?
Oh, it's so much nicer to be sitting here in the air conditioning rather with all those smelly guys at the National. Oh my God, what a clusterfuck!
Have you been to the National? What's your thoughts on it?
I haven't been to a National since 1991. In all honesty,
Okay.
Yeah, 1991. I was at Strongsville in Cleveland. That's why I'm not going to Cleveland twice. I mean, you really have to have shit for brains. Be there even once. But it seems like I can understand what's happening. I mean, they have like a road with 2 lanes. You can't make a left. You can't make a right without people flying by. It's just, and they have no traffic, and they don't learn, from their mistakes from yesterday. Anyway, what are you going to do? People are having fun. There seems to be deals going on,
Fuck yeah.
So if they're happy, that's good. I ended up buying a card right here from the comfort of my office today. So I'm happy.
What'd you get?
What'd you buy?
I got some nice ice cream cards. I love the ice cream.
Ice cream cards?
Ice cream cards. Yeah, here's some. Let's show some cards on your show.
Yeah,
Instead of this shit,
right?
I mean, let's show stuff like this, stuff you should like. You see this? This is the kind of stuff that they're looking for. They're not looking for that panini. You got that.
Is that Jackson Holiday? Is that Jackson Holiday?
That's a Willie Mays Fun Face card. You've probably heard of him being up north there. But I mean, this is the kind of shit people. I mean, you're showing this optic series. Look at this signed relic card with a fake relic. Lulu Doncic Sabonis. Who is that guy? I mean, these are the things. Maybe you heard of this guy, Mickey Mantle.
He was pretty good.
He was good, and you know what he liked to do? He liked to drink, and that's what I'm doing tonight. Last time I was drinking.
What are we drinking tonight?
I'm drinking a little. What am I drinking? I'm drinking a little Red Breast. That's what it is, Red Breast. Oh, and that is so good.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Hey, by the way, it was great meeting you out at that Sacramento show, Ryan. It was in person. So, and thanks for the little gift that we tried to partake.
I tried to pass off on you.
But what was I going to do? I was just there for the day. I had to get on the plane, and then I was not really. And then I wanted to partake with you. I haven't smoked in so long,
You can smoke marijuana on planes in California nowadays,
no, you
right?
can't. You can't take it through the. And the worst thing is I got my stupid flight. I flew out in the morning, first flight, and then taking the last flight back. That fucking airport, man. They had me waiting there 3 hours to get piss and blood by the time I was done there.
That's a
What a day.
disaster.
What a day. But that was a nice card show you guys have out there. That's
yeah,
just
that-
as good as the national.
Yeah, that one's been going around a long time, and actually they're going to take over the lobby, I think, as well. So the lobby will have some tables.
Air
in that background.
conditioning was great. There was plenty of stuff for everything. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like they had for the new cards, the old cards, and a lot of good dealers there, autographs, all you wanted. So, and that was the worst of the two shows that you guys have there. You're pretty lucky. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got some good shows out here. Who would you vote for to put you on the
Yeah.
spot
Okay.
for hobby president?
Hobby
Who
president.
are you voting for? It looks like we got Jeff Wilson and Mojo Sports out here campaigning in Cleveland.
Between those two guys, look at him. First of all, Mr. Mojo Potato there looks like Curly Howard of the Three Stooges with that hairdo. I mean, look at that guy. Would you? He's got his head upside down. And for those, I have to tell you, for those guys in the chat last time talking about my hair and the hair dye and all this shit. Well, I have news for you motherfuckers out there.
Please.
I'm 63 years old and I don't dye it. I don't dye it by eating and I don't dye my hair. I've got maybe one gray hair on a bad fucking day. And when you motherfuckers get to be 63, you're going to be bald as fuck. So you can just take that shit and shove it up your ass.
Yeah,
And that's why I wear my hair. You can see my hair in person.
Nice.
It was good. Wasn't it luscious? I mean, literally, I am a freak of nature, though. There's literally like 1 out of 100,000 people at my age that don't have gray hair, and I'm one of them. So, what can I tell you? So you could talk shit about me for a lot of different things, but not my hair, please. I really kind of I have one nerve, and you're on it when you start talking about that. So let's
Mojo,
talk about other things. What else do you want to talk about?
I was trying to get your vote for president of the hobby.
Well, that's right. You were trying to get. Well, man, I really don't know anybody who could be president. They're all a bunch of douchebag followers, most of them. I mean, I like the YouTube guys, the friends, the guys that I circle with. Those guys are pretty cool, and they somewhat tell it like it is. But really, the only guys that tell it like it is are you two guys. Right, that's just the damn straight. I mean, there's a few people that are starting to come out and, bring a lot of this awareness to it, but nobody's been doing it like you guys, because you guys just pound on it week after week after week, and you have a great following and a great show. So maybe one of you guys should be president. You ever think about that?
Maybe if I can get some of those interns Bill Clinton had, maybe we could certainly have that discussion.
They were hags. You want cute girls, don't you?
I mean, we could work on that. I mean, I feel like that's a possibility.
I mean, now this girl here, what's her name? She breaks.
She breaks. Yes.
I mean, the first thing I would do to her is I'd like to flick some gum in that hair, shut her right down, cut that thing up. I mean, somebody said
nice hair. Wait a minute. Speaking of nice hair, I mean, she's
but you know what? That's the kind of girl that usually is my type.
Okay.
The type that'll have nothing to do with me. So I have to get even.
Wow.
Fair enough.
As you well know. You can understand. You guys know. No girls, they don't want to. She's pretty cute.
They don't want a real man. Yeah.
But like the other girls, boy, that other girl, that Mary Adams, Apple. Oof.
Have you met Mary Gamble?
I haven't. I've never met her. I've never met him. She. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. She looks like a horsey, facey to me.
Man, you coming out with the heat. So
well,
who would be the first?
This is my second drink. What do you expect? Last time I wasn't even drinking on your show, if you can imagine. That was a rough show. I mean, those guys you had on before me, they were just one after another numbskulls. Talk about the beanie. But all you guys do is save lives. We were talking about that, Ryan, how you talked that guy off the deep end with the Beanie Babies. That's what really got me to call in. Was I'm going this. It literally was like Jerry Springer for sports cards with your show. And I go, I got to call these guys because you basically told them, hey, dude, you're fucked in the head. Beanie Babies are over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
it turns out that didn't he write you a letter or something the next day? It said I was off my meds. Mm-hmm. What a douchebag.
I think we even got his med prescription upped by the pharmacist, by the doctor. So We got him more drugs. We saved him $6,000. That's what we do at the hobby.
That's what we do with the hobby. We get you more drugs and save you money. I mean, what more can America want?
Exactly.
You know? I'll tell you what, man. But yeah, I kind of miss not being around the show per se, because it is fun. But once you're actually there, the idea is to get in, make your purchases, and just get the fuck out of there. And then the travel. I just hate to travel. Like everybody was delayed, flights canceled, and they make the best of it because they have patience. But me, Eddie, impatient. I got no patience for shit like that. I'd rather just stay home. Be honest with you. But I mean, it's fun for the hobby. Now let's talk more about this. What's his name? This Michael Rubin guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were actually going to talk about him. It looks like he was trying to sell about $1 billion of his company. And because margins have fallen from 8% to 2.5%.
Whew.
That's a rough margin. Boy,
that's adjusted numbers. Oh my God.
Taxes are 20%. I mean, and then you have all that, forget the margins. I mean, you have the money that he paid for that. Don't forget, he bought that at the height of the market. That's all the money. I don't need to tell you when you add up the interest, how it went up from, you could borrow at that time 3%. Now, I mean, you're not getting loans for 5% on your money, or it's went up by then. That's a lot of fucking money to just to meet the debt. So
I agree.
I don't know. Just over. That's why he's selling. I'm sure. Not to mention his fastball is just horrible. I mean, that those pictures of him. Yeah, that's what you should be putting up there. Or did you do that last week? I forget.
I did show that last week. Michael Rubin throwing a baseball. It was absolutely horrific.
I mean, it really was retarded. I realize the guy's old and everything, but why would you, if you're in that position and you basically own baseball and you own the collectibles market, why would you show that? Look at this. I mean, that is just, again, I'm 63 years old, throw once a year with my kids.
That's horrific.
My arms are falling out of the socket. I probably need surgeries on both my rotator cuffs. I can throw 65, 70 miles an hour and hit that fucking target every time. For that guy to be such a boob like that and to get that on film, I mean, what a dope. I mean, he's a rich dope and, whatever, but God bless him. He owns baseball. And look at these.
You're not going to Fanatics Fest, it sounds like.
You must be fucking kidding me. I wouldn't be caught dead there. In fact, I'll venture, like I said, you can see the stuff that I buy, I buy stuff like that. Here's another couple things I picked up. I buy this, Joe Jackson, Shoeless Joe. Here's another one with a Wagner, Honus Wagner. This is the kind of stuff I'm buying because whether it goes up or down over time, it's like putting money in the bank, as far as I'm concerned. Whether you get, really, when you're buying a card, you're lucky to get 70% of the value for it, if you're fucking lucky. So not only do you pay all the money for it plus taxes, when you go to sell it, you're already down. When you buy it, you're down 30%. What kind of investment is this? It never was. But you have dipshits like fucking Brett Mastro coming in, and he's calling everything an asset. The only asset was him looking in the mirror. I mean, and that look, he made $1 on that purchase with Fanatics of what he did. He had all those loans, people taking loans on all that dog crap. There he is. Yeah, Brett Mastro. There's our boy. Look at it. Look at that fucking weasel smile. You can just tell it's got grifter written all over it. Guys, you guys are appealing to a lot of these young kids right now. Okay. What does this guy and Jeff Wilson have in common? They both look like fucking douchebag grifters from the get-go. That's what they have in common. And all guys like them. You can see it in their eyes and their smile. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm older and I've been around for a little while, and I can read it like a fucking book. And that's what this guy was about. This guy used to restore furniture. Okay, you guys know that, right?
I don't know if I
Yeah.
know the
Okay.
history.
I remember.
Well, the history of him is he was a furniture restorer. That's how he started. And then he gets into baseball cards, and he's gonna call everything an asset and a fucking restoration. He's gonna change all these terms, and he's gonna, get everybody with the I don't know, try to outsmart everyone. And because you have nothing but nitwits in the fucking baseball card, you could see those clowns, half of them going into that show. I mean, just basically a bunch of dipshits. But I mean, God bless them. I mean, the world needs dipshits, right? There's a lot of them out there. I mean, I'm a dipshit, but I'm not to that level. That's quality. That's quality dipshits there. Look at them, one after another. That
Except
is
for
the
She Breaks.
dumbing down. Is that the She Breaks girl?
Yeah, she makes a
That was
cameo
her?
right there.
I mean,
She makes a
I thought
cameo.
it might, but then it looked like she was strolling a baby. I
No,
didn't
no
know
baby yet. No,
Oh.
no babies.
Wow, I thought. I mean, she's not bad. She's good from far and far from good. But I mean, basically, after a few cocktails, I might give her a little satisfaction.
You're gonna give her a little You wouldn't
I'd
give that
give
a
her-
little satisfaction?
I might give her the cocktail Frank a couple times.
Okay.
hmm Where's our buddy Timmy?
He's here.
How come he hasn't chimed in tonight? Hey Timmy, thank you. I just want to bury the hatchet with you. I was a little rough on you a couple of weeks ago, and you haven't been back since because all the mumbling, and you badgered that poor guy in the chat for literally 2 hours about how much money you have and how much money you make and all. And I appreciate you. I do a kid your age, doing what you're doing. I mean, it really is admirable, and you should, you definitely should think high of yourself because you're already ahead of 90% of America. So good for you. But I mean, I have to tell you, if you're making 175 a year, I paid that in fucking taxes last year. So I don't want to hear your fucking bullshit about my Fitbit and all kinds of shit like that. All right.
Wow.
And you're living in Hermosa Beach, nice spot, great, probably nicer than the San Fernando Valley. On a golf course like not Ken Golden style, but smaller golf course, let's say. But for you to just talk shit to me like that, I think I'm burying the hatchet. I owe you an apology for calling you mumbles. But I really think that you owe me an apology. And that's all I got to say, really.
Wow.
I owe you.
Isn't that being nice? Isn't that being nice, guys, to him, or what? Burying the hatchet.
In a backhanded way, sure.
Well, I know, but I'm just trying to say. I mean, you never know who. You never know who you're talking to.
I don't owe you anything.
All right, fuck you then, you dumb mumbling motherfucker.
This is the only time you ever get a text in your life.
Okay, mumbles, whatever you fucking say. Take the marble sack out of your mouth, douchebag.
Wow.
Fucking, whatever you have to say, whatever you say, chisel chest. You fucking you go right ahead.
Chins on your face right now.
Yeah, right. Whatever you say, dickwad.
There might be
This is
there
the
might be
only
a
time you
conversation.
get attention in your life.
Enjoy
Call me
your fucking soccer game, dumbass.
CB
Enjoy.
Hobby.
What is it? 0-0. Get cbhobby.com. Mumblesmumbles.com. Fucking marbles in your ass. Take the fucking Benoit balls out of your
You
ass,
have a
Luke
Don
Luke
sack
Don
on your
Jack.
chin.
Yeah, right. Why don't you have something original? Balls on chin, boy. I only heard that joke before you were
Who's
born.
mumbling right now?
Hey, you know what? You can go ahead and mumble, asshole. When you were in your fucking shit in yellow when you were 3 years old, I was a multimillionaire. So fuck you with the two-handed salute.
And you still only get
Eat
attention
shit.
from our
Blow
channel.
me, fucking dumbass. Blow me. You fucking cocksucker. Fucking dumbass. I tried to bury the hatchet, but you just wouldn't have it. Fuck you,
You're a
idiot.
super fan.
You know what? You're a dick. The fucking show would be so much
calling
better
me
without
twice,
you. You
though,
can go
fanboy.
suck. Fuck you, asshole. The show should fire you. You're a dumbass. You do nothing for them. Zero. You are a fucking liability. A
He has
fucking
four-
zero. That's what you are.
2% equity. We can't fire
You're
him
a
at this point.
fucking fuck him. Pay him off. Give him $100 and tell him to hit the road. Here, I'll pay the 100.
That's what you think of our show.
That's what I think of you. You're a dick. The show's is
$100
fucking
show.
money. The show is money, not because of you. You're a fucking asshole. Everybody in the chat knows it, and the fucking world knows it now. And that's where I'm going to leave it.
Scream louder.
You
that's
can,
who
yeah,
wins.
fuck
If
you.
you're
Yeah, I can scream louder. Could you fucking mumble more, mumbles? I'm a fucking big man. I'm 29 years old. I make $175 a year, and I'm self-made. Wow. Aren't we all, dick face? We're all self-made. Fucking, why don't you go slobber a cock? Go slobber a fucking trans cock in fucking Paris. Fucking moron.
Is that a thing?
See you at the
drama
Burbank
from
Card
the
Show.
chat. The drama at the chat. Spell.
I don't
Are you
get-
going to be at the Burbank
just-
Card Show?
I'm gonna be there.
Keep showing us
Of course. I'll be in there I'll be there on Friday for an hour. And I'll go in there, spend about, who knows, 10, 15, 20 grand like it's nothing. And I'll get the fuck out of there before I have to piss.
Well, you'll have to come by the Sports Card Radio table. We've got
If
to
you're there.
we've got to squash the beef between
Dude,
Mike Petty.
you saw me try to fucking
and
squash
Tim.
it with that idiot, but obviously he's fucking too stupid to realize it. And I don't really give a shit. I've got more friends than I fucking need. I need a fucking boil on my ass like I need this guy. I'd rather have a festering boil on my fucking asshole than have to fucking talk to that idiot again.
You actually do, though.
No, I really do. Do I
How
have
much
one?
Viagra you need to take to get it up?
I don't need any, asshole, because I have a hot wife. 63 years old. Let's see you say the same thing, fuckface. Fuck you. You don't need to see her.
Does she have
She doesn't need to
fortune?
see you. No, she doesn't. She's fucking smoking hot, dick face. And all that matters is that she's not. That's the fucking cure. I'm fucking proud of it because she's fucking hot and I don't need Viagra. You know? I don't need to fucking be talking on a sports hobby show about Viagra. You're 29 years old. You don't know dick. You're a fucking lunatic. You don't, whatever. I don't give a shit. Whatever you are, you're a fucking 39 years old loser, which you are. Fucking big mouth fucking asshole. You think it's all over, everything's over sex. Hey, that's a big portion of it. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? You don't need Viagra when you're with a fucking hot woman. Guys that need Viagra like you were with fucking skanks. Now, if I was with a skank, I might need Viagra.
That way, or what?
No, she's not identifying that way. She's fucking an athlete and she's smoking hot, long blonde hair. Yeah, you'd fucking love her, dude. You're not getting anything close to that nice. You're getting a bunch of skank. That's all you're fucking getting. At night after night, and you have to fucking pay for it. I don't, because I have a prenup. I have a fuck you. I'm not showing you dick.
Show the community.
You. Let's see a picture of you. Why don't you get on the fucking screen, asshole? You're a fucking idiot. Nobody gives a shit about you. This show's not about you. This is about fucking baseball cards and about the fucking scumbags in this fucking industry. You're a fucking idiot, and you're a fucking scumbag yourself. And that's the bottom fucking line for Mike fucking Petty. Dumbass.
Quad chin Petty.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your quad chin. You know what? This chin was fucking earned, buddy. And when you're let's see when you're fucking my age, when all your fucking hair comes out. Let's take a look at your fucking hairline, asshole. Come on, let's take a look at it, Mr. 39-year-old. You're a fucking lunatic, fucking loser. And that's all you ever will be.
We should grade hair like PSA grades cards. And we could grade Mike Petty's hair. We could grade Tim's hair. We could grade my hair. I think we could have.
I like your hair. I like your hair, but that forehead is pretty fucking worn out for a guy your age.
Oh, you're talking about my forehead?
I don't know. You just showed yourself, didn't you? Was that you?
Let's look at your forehead.
What about it? I'm fucking 63 years old. And there's not much fucking, and there's no Botox going on in there either. And that's not too bad for a guy my age. I look at least 15 years younger. And when I was fucking 21, I looked 15 playing fucking poker against poker fucking Hall of Famers. Not fucking sitting around in a goddamn chat room jerking people off about how fucking big your dick is. Who gives a fuck? You're a loser. Why don't you go? Don't you have a soccer match to watch? Ooh, kicking back and forth. Ooh, 0-0 after fucking 80 minutes. Go enjoy it, asshole. Enjoy it. Fucking get off my dick because I fucking had it with you. Would you shut that guy up, please? I'm either that or I'm fucking out of here. I'm serious.
You think you're the priority here?
We do have some other. We do have the hot guy.
Get them in there. Get them in there. I'm out of here. Guys, I love you. Timmy, fuck you. Two-handed salute. All the best.
Bye, Quaddy.
God, there's
Dude.
more drama in our chat room than there is at the Cleveland National.
Oh man.
He's on that Rogaine plan, you know.
He does have nice hair.
It might get intense. It might get intense. He's at the Burbank Card Show, and I think Tim, you're going to make an appearance there as well. So
There's
things,
the camera's rolling, guys. You're not going to want to miss this. August 22nd through the 25th, Anaheim Convention Center.
Ryan, forget the feel-good event that is the National Sports Card Collectors Convention.
Oh,
forget the fucking Fanatics Fest. Who knows? That might be a dumpster fire. Guys, the Burbank Card Show. We got Mike Petty.
Do you see how he instantly started like oohing at my hair?
Man, I didn't know that this
Turned the
drama
flip
ran this deep.
real fast.
God, this drama runs deep. We need to get like a spin-off. This sounds like a spin-off right here. Get Mike Petty and Tim like boxing match at the Burbank Sports Card Show. My goodness. Mike Petty coming in hot.
Throw his hip out before he even gets to me.
Man, this is intense. In 27 days, guys, we might have confrontation. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
On the CB Hobby hotline.
Shit, I mean, the chat is on.
I got to make sure I get my bids in here and shit. I'm like, God damn, I'm going to lose out on my shit.
I got to turn up the fan in this room. Woo. Okay, we got another guy here. This is Denny.
Let's see if he comes as strong.
He might, yeah. This might amp it up a little bit. Mr. Denny, how are we doing tonight?
How am I supposed? I can't follow that. That is absolutely nuts.
How's your hair game? What's your hair game like, Denny?
I got a haircut today.
Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good.
Thank you.
We're fitted up.
I really do. As someone who is considered quote unquote part of the hobby positivity crew, I want to say I think everyone this is like the most watched show and in the hobby, and I am very nervous right now. Wow, this is pretty crazy. But no, thank you for calling out what needs to be called out. But I mean, I think we go about things different ways. I mean, I did call out the National for not having an Asian American ambassador, and then they did, and I definitely had egg on my face for that. I did not know Mary Gamble was half Chinese. That's my bad. But yeah, I'm not at the National right now, so I just wanted to call in because I don't know. It's either that or comp cards.
Yeah. So yeah, either look at Mary Gamble or comp cards. I think I'd take the former on that one. So you thought that you legitimately called them out for not having an Asian American ambassador, or is this something that you're concerned about?
Yeah, I mean, if you go to my Instagram page, Denny_cards, I called him out, and then everyone started calling me, like just DEI warrior or like, all that stuff, and
sure.
Woke, I'm woke and all that. I just want to say straight up, I don't care about your politics. Money is green. Republicans buy shoes too, all that stuff. Like, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's.
But you thought it was important. You thought it was important they had a influencer that represents the Asian American community, and it turns out maybe that Mary Gamble does fit that mold.
Yeah, no, and the reason I will very much admit I had a bruised ego because they did ask me, and then I thought we had everything set, and then my side of the story, like the rug got pulled underneath me, and I didn't get an explanation. And so I will very much admit, I'll own up to it. Because initially I was like, no, like it's, they're wrong and all this, and I'm going to like blast them. And I was in the wrong for sure.
So how'd those negotiations go? Do you reach out to them, or do they reach out to you? Is there compensation, whether it be a hotel or anything like that? How does those negotiations with the National go?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I will say is, because a lot of people have asked me this stuff, like in DMs and all that. I think that the national team is strong and they're good. I mean, I know everyone's gonna like. I'm not reading the chat right now because I don't want to get distracted. But I like Ray Schulte. I really do. I respect him. I got to meet him last year at the National, and I think is a really decent guy. I really do. That said, like I tagged the National on something that I made, and then they said, hey, like we should talk or give me a call. And I don't know if I'm allowed to or not allowed to, but I'm not part of their team, so let me just say it. There wasn't any compensation or anything like that. There wasn't any flying me out or going to a hotel or anything like that. I mean, at this point, I think they need to just have like electric scooters going to the IX Center. But yeah, no, there wasn't any compensation. It was just more of like a glory. I mean, I don't want to talk bad of anyone who's on the team or like that, because I do like some of the folks there, but it's like it gives you a nice label. It gets you on there, like on the radar of companies, and you get some flash, but it's nothing like there was going to be any monetary compensation coming my way, at least for me. I don't know how everyone else negotiated their things.
We've heard so what we've heard is Mr. Mojo, who was seen there trying to run for mayor as the crowd was coming in. He asked for, I can't remember the number, Ryan, but was it 5K? He asked for 5K for a trade night. So if he's going to do your trade night at your show, he wants 5K for that. I don't know if some of that goes to buying a venue or food, or there's some expenses to run a trade night. I've been to a trade night. There's more expenses, trying to walk up and down the streets of California than there is running a trade night. I don't know. How do you feel about that? Like, 5K for a trade night. Is that, over and under, if that's too much?
I don't want to speak to that number. I mean, so I've run my own trade night in my local area in Northern Virginia. And, there's venue costs. For the one that I did, it was given to me like, by a friend of the family, kind of like gifted. So I got to like do it for free. Didn't charge any money or anything like that. We raised money for a nonprofit by selling like beer, draft beers out of cups and things like that. But for the most part, it was, it can be low cost, and it can also be high cost. I have no clue how California works. I mean, the last time I was in LA was years ago, and yeah, I mean, it's definitely a very expensive area of the country. But having said that, like, I mean, Mojo has leverage, right? I mean, it's all about what you can negotiate for and what your asking price is. Like, there's certain people in the hobby who can ask for anything because they're going to get eyeballs.
Do you have a girlfriend or a wife?
I am married. I don't like talking about my family life, and that's it's kind of funny because well, not funny, but like there have been people who have doxed me, and it really sucks because I do like to keep my family life separate completely from the hobby. But having said that, there are some people who don't like me. It's fine. I mean,
Why don't they like you?
Who doesn't like you?
Why don't they like me? I don't know. You got to ask them.
Who doesn't like you?
Like, who brings the smoke? Who brings the smoke?
Man, that's not content. That's drama. Cheers.
But like,
Mojo doesn't.
Maybe
maybe we can help out in that regard.
I'll DM you guys.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right.
No,
so
but
you have some haters. You have some haters.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You have some haters, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, just look at if you look at my comment section. I mean, I don't know. I try. I mean, look. I mean, here's the thing. Like with my content, I'm not just like this happy-go-lucky guy all the time. Like I definitely have, like like I can go through like times when I'm like pissed off or mean or angry. Like I'm a whole human, and I do in my content. I think I like to show my whole self, but it's not fun showing. When you're in pain or when you're like, like messed up or anything like that. Like you just want to like, this is supposed to be an escape. It's supposed to be about having a good time. But, that definitely gets, I like that one. I got to say this about content. There's some things that take me forever to make and it gets very few, like very little traction. And then there'll be something stupid that I make and then it like blows up and it gets big. So I have no clue how this content game works.
Do you have a job?
Who's your
I like to keep my work life and hobby separate, but yeah, I mean, I have this is like a side hustle thing. Like Not even like the content game stuff is not the side hustle. I don't make money off content. Like I've worked with some sponsors, I've worked with some people in the hobby, like some companies, but I mean the money, I mean I can tell you guys offline and all that stuff, but it's like it's not much. I mean, the people who do this stuff, like again, if I was bigger and if I was like a Mojo or someone like that, sure, you could command a pretty hefty, you know, 5K for a trade night, like, you know, for an appearance. That's awesome. Like good for him. But you know, that's not my world. I'll show up somewhere for $5.
Are you going to be at the Burbank Sports Card Show, August 22nd through the 25th?
I would love to. There's a lot of people who are telling me I should go and really want me to be there. I'm on the other side of the country. I mean, it's tough. Like I do want to try to hit up like Culture Collision. There's some local shows in this area that I really like. I don't know. Like I also have like a family. I have like, you know, young kids, and it's hard for me to like get out there. But I mean, if someone wants to pay, if I don't think Burbank's gonna pay for me to come out there, but yeah, it'd be fun to go out there. But it's not just about the money; it's about the time. You know, like when you're young, you have all the time in the world. You have no money. As you get older, you have more money. You just have less time.
Yeah, that's true. What about Fanatics Fest? That's a little closer to Virginia.
Yeah, I know it's funny. I was trying to make lemons into lemonade. When I got rejected for the ambassadorship for the national, I tagged Michael Rubin. I was like, you know, I guess I'm going to be an ambassador for Fanatics Fest or something silly, stupid like that. And I don't know if he saw it or whatever, but I would love to go. I mean, it's a 2-hour Acela train ride for me. So yeah, I totally go up to New York.
And who is your vote for hobby president and hobby first lady?
You know, I heard you guys ask that earlier, and I was going to make a joke because, you know, I'm in the Northern Virginia area where politics is so strong, and it's basically the cottage industry here. And you know, I mean, I don't know. What are my options again? Like it's Jeff and Mojo.
It's anybody. It's literally the table's open. Yeah.
How about you guys?
Well, we were going to check on the intern availability and what that was like. If that checks out, I might be willing to put my hat in the ring, but only after we check out if some of Bill Clinton's interns are available. So,
yeah, Monica. Okay, so no, I won't go there. What was I going to say? The great thing about the hobby, and I know it's like a joke question and all that, but like I love the hobby because of the lack of hierarchy, like the rules and regulation, like not the rules and regulations, but like there is this unwritten rule things of we should and can and cannot do, which seems to be ever evolving, especially with like all the cleaning spray stuff coming out and people having like, you know, their line in the sand. We're not all the same, right? We all have different places where we think we fall. And do I think there should be more regulation? I mean, it's you know, that's up for debate, but yeah, it would be great to kind of go after these people because, you know, I've been scammed, I've been frauded, and, you know, like that stuff sucks. Like it makes people want to leave. And so I would love, and that's why I enjoy you guys' show. Like I love it when you guys call out the real bad actors. I mean, you guys go pretty hard after, you know, some of these hobby heroes and all that, but like when it comes down to it, like we do need bad actors called out, like real shady people, but like we know that the people who are faking those 86 Fleer PSA and, you know, putting them into the old holders or whatever, sonically welding, like they're like they're ghosts.
Yeah, we never see those guys. You got anything else for your haters, your fans, your haters on Sports Card Radio?
No, I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for sharing. I have so much stuff that's shared. Like I would love to just, I mean, I look at my analytics. I used to lie to, I'll be straight up. I used to lie to myself and say, oh, I don't care about the algorithm. I don't care about the analytics. If you're in the content creator game, like you do care. And did I lose followers for my recent post? Yes, I did. But like, it's going to be okay. Like, I mean, like, I know people say like this and that, like DEI and woke and all that. Like, I try really hard not to bring anything like this into my hobby content, but like it is my life. Like it happened to me. People say I'm full of drama myself and I'm dramatic. Like shit just happens in life. That's life. I just happen to show people my life on social in hobby social media. That's just what it is. And I'm very open with, what happens to me. And I just like welcome people along for the ride. And yeah, I used to get really angry. Dan the Card Man was like, yeah, this guy gets lost in the comment section, because I took a little break from the hobby, and he's like, oh, he got lost in the comment section. And it's true. I used to fight people in the comment section, and I'm like, you know what? It's silly. Like, social media distorts our perception of reality. It's really not good, especially for like the young impressionable minds. But I'm not here to be like, oh, the children. It's more like, we have grown adults like sucked into their phones and like, going down rabbit holes, and it's really hard to get out of it because the algorithm is made for us to just, sink time into it. So I don't know, like, thank you for watching. That's a hi-ya. He goes, my pronouns are ha, he, ya. Okay, that's that joke in that 400 like thing. Those 400 likes aren't even from hobby people. It's like random ass people.
What do you get for likes on Instagram? Like, what do you get? Like money? Can you get paid for on Instagram?
I heard there's like a Reels bonus now. I don't know anything about it. I'm small potatoes. I'm like I don't want to, I don't even know if I'm medium fish in this hobby ponds. Like, I don't. Like, you guys didn't know about me, right? I mean, shout out to Tim for bringing me onto the show. He's my Korean brother. He's my cousin, by the way. But like, there's no money for likes or shares or or anything like that. It's like, people, I will say this, people do social media in the hobby, at least my opinion, for two reasons. One is ego, and two, it's money, right? I don't know if people are monetizing this. I know people can monetize on YouTube and all that, but when it comes to the money, like, people are just promoting their streams. Like, how many posts on Instagram do you see where people are like, I'm gonna be on whatnot, I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna be doing that? People are just like constantly running some sort of promotion for their streams or cards they're selling or whatever. And so they're on Instagram or they're doing social media for that. Or like me, because I'm not monetizing my content, like, I do it for my ego. I do like it when people like my stuff. Like, it's like it's ego driven. I'll very much admit it.
How often? How many hours per day, or how much time are you spending on cards and content and stuff per day? Would you think?
Before I left the hobby for a little bit, it got to be really bad. Like, I was spending way too much time on it. I don't know, like, I know there's that Screen Time app on your phone. I actually started putting some limits because I just need to know how much time I was actually spending. But I mean, money wise, like, I really try not to overextend. Like, I used to play poker. I used to overextend. This was before kids. This was in my 20s. I would play poker all night long, like, do all that stuff. And nowadays I'm just more like, I guess, fiscally responsible. I try to keep a budget. I have small cards. I have literally, like, I have story sales that are about to go. This is my biggest card right now. That's like ultra modern. It's a Josh Allen. I know you can't see because I blurred my background, but it's a downtown PSA 10. I bought it raw for like $300. I graded it, got a 10, and I'm gonna try and sell it for over 1,000. And it's like, nice. That's not normal for me. I don't dabble in kabooms and downtowns a lot. Like, I'm like a 90s collector. Like, I have my other hats are like 90s basketball, like Raptors and old Grizzlies hats.
Nice.
So I don't know. What is the chat saying? Oh man, God, they're gonna roast.
I would
me.
never read it.
Yeah, I just wouldn't. I would just totally ignore it. And
very similar to the Instagram comments. I would not try to get involved with the chat because you're never going to win that battle.
Never going to win that battle. Yeah.
I think Tim brings a lot to the show, though. Thank you, Tim, for doing what you do, and I hope you get your equity. And thank you guys for having me on. I don't want to overextend my stay here. Thank you for the questions, and I appreciate you. If I see you at FanFest, I would love to say hi. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for
Appreciate
calling
you.
in. Appreciate it.
We love it. That was Dennys Cards.
Yeah.
on
That was
Instagram.
Denny. There he is. That's him.
Said he's got haters, man. I mean, the haters are everywhere in the sports card
We
world,
love
man.
haters. We love haters.
Ah, we love the
I
haters.
love haters.
We
God,
love
I
the
love
haters.
haters. But we're from Stockton, so we're like a different breed. That's what I've found. That's what I have found out going through life. It's like, man, you gotta be a special breed to love them haters. I think I want to touch a little bit more on. I mean, we could talk more about she breaks and mama breaks and all the the first ladies. But we could talk more about
President
Mojo there.
President Mojo.
Running for mayor.
We could talk all night about this 10-second clip that I just keep replaying because this is like drugs for me, man. It's just like I need another hit. I need another hit of it.
But I think I mean, we had Mike Petty there talking about Michael Rubin and the story that crossed the New York Post. And some people think New York Post is not a legitimate outlet. Like the New York Post is actually more legitimate probably a lot of times than the New York Times. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but the New York Post actually posts some of the real shit. New York Times, you get a lot of the bullshit. But anyways, CEO Michael Rubin says he's looking to sell $1 billion of his company as the revenue starts to stall. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's all trading cards. I don't know the mix of the business, but my guess is still at least half of the business, I would assume. It's still going to be the hats and the discretionary fan items. And his company has taken a lot of heat on that.
It did mention in the article that it was the gambling. It was the, Fanatics bet that I think they've tried to become legal in certain states.
Right.
That has seen major losses, and that has caused people who extend credit to Fanatics to downgrade the credit downgrade the credit of Fanatics and then the collectibles company. So, which is Tops and the trading card stuff. So, it looks like this company probably has to borrow a lot of money to keep these things in operation, to make these jerseys, to make these cards 6 months in advance. And it costs a lot of money. And then maybe, they get all that money back, but they've got to outlay millions of dollars 6 months in advance. And that requires probably credit and money. And that can get complicated.
And expensive.
Managing that, and expensive right now. So what does this mean? Does this mean the business is in trouble? I mean, the guys maybe could get $1 billion, but what is this exactly? It's a private company, so it's not like he's going to the open market and selling shares and diluting the value of the company that way. But as a private company, a company that probably has eyes to go public at some point, probably soon, we see that margins have gone from 8 to 2.5. That doesn't sound
adjusted.
good.
That's adjusted. Okay. That's adjusting out things like, it depends on what they're adjusting out. Oftentimes they adjust things out like stock-based compensation. They adjust things out like depreciation. Some of these things are non-cash, but they might adjust out, they can adjust out whatever. Adjusted EBITDA could adjust out damn near everything. And so, there's a meme that goes around in the financing circles. Net income, which is profit after everything, is like a picture of Livy Dunn. And then net income is is Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
And then adjusted EBITDA is Livy Dunn. So some companies could look like Livy Dunn on adjusted EBITDA. But then when you actually add back in the adjustments, they look like Hillary Clinton. And so your adjusted EBITDA margins going from 8 to 2.5. We already knew this was a slim margin business. And we've been one of the only people in this hobby, because there's breakers and there's all these people in this hobby. Oh my God, these companies print money and they make so much money. No, they don't. They don't make that much money. Because you know who makes a lot of fucking money, guys? Are the people that own the NFL teams, people that own NBA teams. And the top end athletes make a lot of money in sports. Everybody else doesn't make a lot of money. ESPN ain't making shit right now. Okay. Fucking, you see how much Amazon and NBC had to pay to show some fucking Luka Doncic basketball games in 2025. I mean, we're talking about billions and billions of dollars. They're not going to make any money showing basketball games. Amazon ain't fucking showing the NBA to make money showing the NBA. They're making it so you subscribe to Amazon Prime and buy your fucking kitty litter on Amazon. That's what they're doing that for. Michael Rubin has to pay out the ass for these licenses. Every sale has to go to a percentage of that has to go to the athletes. It has to go to the leagues. I see him actually as one of these guys that hangs around with millionaires and billionaires, but he actually doesn't have the money that these guys do. That's how I view Michael Rubin. I'm not saying that he's broke. I ain't saying that he doesn't got money, but I'm saying in the circles that he hangs out with, he doesn't got Jeff Bezos money. He doesn't got Mark Cuban money. He's got other people's money, and he's been able, and I ain't saying he's broke. But he don't got it when you're hanging around in circle. It's like Livy Dunn standing next to another supermodel. Livy Dunn next to Hillary Clinton looks great. Livy Dunn standing next to some other supermodel, now it's a different story. Whew. And we get this girl collecting baseball cards, guys. I mean, God, can she start what's her boyfriend's name or her husband?
Skeens.
Her husband or boyfriend?
Skeens.
Okay. I know who she is. I don't know who her husband is.
The scrub.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted.
Skeen's been killing it, but I don't think he's gonna last very long.
Oh, he been killing it, baby. He been killing it
In all ways.
He's killing it.
Is
500,000 likes good? I don't know if that's good or not. Is that good?
I guarantee you, she's making money on Instagram.
Yeah,
they paying her. They paying her to post. God, what was I saying? Something about Michael Rubin not having any money.
Right.
But
Michael
look,
Rubin's
adjusted EBITDA numbers from 8 to 2.5. Guys, this is terrible. And then now he can't go to the debt markets. Okay. Inside of Michael Petty's kind of rant that he went on, he made a good point. This guy can't go to the bank. This guy can't go to the financing markets anymore. He's going to have to borrow money at too high of a percentage.
Why?
It's going to cost too much. If his debt just got downgraded, he's going to go and instead of borrowing at 7-8%, I mean, like Mike Petty said, when he bought this company, he could borrow the money at 1 or 2%. No problem. He'd have people lining out the door, dumping money off at him for 1 or 2%. That's where we were. Now with interest rates, so I'm an investor. I'm Jeff Bezos. I got billions of dollars, and I'm just looking to fucking fart this out and give it to somebody. I can put it in the bank and make 5.5%. I can put it in fucking Nvidia and triple my money, but let's assume I'm doing something a little different than that. I can put it in the bank and make 5.5%. So if I'm going to loan Michael Rubin money and his debt, number one, just got downgraded, and number two, his EBITDA margins went from 8 to 2.5%. Why would I lend him money at 5% when I can get that from Charles Schwab? Why would I do it at 6%? When if we go into a recession, like some people are saying, what the fuck is going to happen to the t-shirt, hat, and collectibles market over the next 6 to 12 months? If Kamala Harris gets reelected and she raises the corporate tax rate, it's at 20, and I think it's set to expire sometime during the next administration's term, and it goes back up to 25, 28, 29%, his adjusted EBITDA margins all of a sudden are going to go deeply negative. And so if he's having trouble selling his product now, when Topps Chrome is $199, guys, I wasn't joking when I tweeted this story out, and I said next year Topps Chrome is going to be like $1 trillion a box. If you thought $199 was expensive, you need to go to cbhobby.com right now and use the promo code Will Grier and save 10%, because this is going to be a bargain compared to next year. If you thought prices of wax was expensive now, it is going to go through the fucking roof. Michael Rubin can't go get money from investors at a cheap enough price. So he's trying to sell off a portion of this company. Now, depending on that relationship and depending on what kind of piece that the investor wants to buy, well, they can make a lot of wholesale changes. If Michael Rubin sells you $1 billion of his company, and then all of a sudden that turns into a majority stake or a semi-majority stake, maybe you want board seats for that. I sure as hell, if I was giving Michael Rubin $1 billion, I'd be like, cut down on those white parties. Fanatics Fest ain't going to be a Fanatics Fest. It's going to be a Fanatics Money Fest where we're going to just extract all this money from people. We ain't going to burn all this money on marketing. So this guy's in a little bit of trouble. He bought these card companies at the top of the mark. He could borrow any amount of money to do that at low interest rates. Those interest rates have started to expire. As you explained, to make these cards, you need to outlay tons and tons of money up front. These people think that Fanatics sells Topps Chrome Baseball for $200 a box and we fall over ourselves to buy it. They must make a lot of money. No, they don't. No, they don't. Because they got to go make the next set now. They've got to take that money. They give 20% of every one of those sales. They give that to the Major League Baseball and the players. And then some of it goes to UPS and FedEx, and all those prices have gone up over the last year. Paper, all the labor that is involved in making these sets has just skyrocketed in Joe Biden's economy. And wait until the corporate tax rate resets in the next administration. You reset that baby up from, I think it's at 20, 21, 22 right now, which nobody pays. But if it resets higher up to 30, 35, 40%, fuck, it's over. It's over. $200 boxes of Topps Chrome is going to seem like a fucking blast. That's what a blaster box is going to cost. And this has been the hobby the whole time. And this is kind of Michael Rubin's game. High risk, high reward type game. If it pays off, you're at the white party, you're clicking glasses, and it's all good. But we get any downturn in the economy, particularly if we get interest rates to stay where they're at for a long period of time, this guy's fucked. This guy's fucked. And I've said this a long time ago. I could probably go dig out my tweet. It was probably 6 or 7 years ago. I was like, hey guys, when the cheap money era is over, that's when these card companies lose their businesses. Now, it turns out they lost their businesses a couple of years before that ended up happening. But these guys survived on cheap money. And when your margins are from 8, imagine running, Ryan, just an eBay store where your margin was 2.5%.
You better be selling a lot.
Better be selling a lot. And then if there's any slippage, you go from making money to losing money real fast. And if you're selling a lot and you start losing a percentage or two, that's a lot of money. And it's hard at 2.5% margins to then go make that up some other way.
If you didn't have to borrow money to run your business, yeah, you could run it really thin. But like you said, they're having to borrow money in an environment where it's more expensive to borrow money by the day. And depending what happens in the political atmosphere, the business could get exponentially more expensive, at least on the tax side of things, in the coming years. So is this a situation? Go ahead.
I don't want to make it seem like, hey, if Kamala Harris gets elected, this company's fucked and so is everybody else. That's more or less a political talking point, but that is something to think about. You know what I mean? Like if we raise the corporate tax rate and you have adjusted EBITDA margins at 2.5%, I don't care if you're selling baseball cards or fucking condoms, you're fucked. You're fucked. Even if interest rates get slammed back down to 1 or 2%, everybody else is got, like, why would you put your money then? Again, he's still going to have to go to Jeff Bezos for money. And the banks are going to be selective on who they lend money, because if we slam interest rates back down to 0, there's going to be foreclosures. There's going to be bankruptcies. We're already seeing that. Commercial real estate, different types of companies. How many retailers have gone bankrupt fucking over the last 2 or 3 years? Toys R Us, Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, list goes on and on. So, like, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath.
352 companies filed for bankruptcy last year, which was the most in the last, 15 years or so.
It's not good. It's not good. And then I'm seeing commercial real estate that's getting sold for 25 cents on the dollar. I've seen commercial real estate where the tenant just walks away. There was a building, I think, out here in San Francisco where instead of paying, I think it was where the Fairfield show was, or not the Fairfield show, the Westgate show. The mall owner just walked away. And was like, instead of selling it or continuing to take rent, they literally just walked away and said, bank, you have it. And that's happening across the country. And it's actually just starting to happen. And we're seeing it. It's in commercial real estate. It'll trickle down to single family homes. It'll trickle down to certainly to apartment complexes and condos and those types of things. And it all has to do with the price of money. And the price of money was basically free for the past 15 years from about 08 to up until 2 or 3 years ago. And now you have an increase in the price of money, which is the interest rate. And then you also have inflation. It's a twofold thing. These things take a while. There's a lag. Considering how much money kind of sloshed around in the system, there's a lag to the actual impact of that. And the stock market's been doing particularly well, but that's not the real economy. You go out there on the real economy and people are struggling. There's a lot of layoffs. There's people, I got laid off. So it's like, there's a lot of layoffs. There's people losing their jobs. There's just a lot of things happening, and it's kind of happening in slow motion, but these things tend to kind of snowball. And then you have a maybe an awakening, if you will. And then if we change tax policy and charge these companies even more money, it's over. It's over.
Wow. So would they sell off part of the trading card business? I mean, what's going to happen here? It seems like he's got a lot of irons in the fire here.
He's going to have levers to pull because he's going to have cash flow. He's got the leagues behind him. He could leverage some of the relationships there. But he scaled up his company at a time when money was cheap and the price of these card companies was damn near at its highest. Careful, that might not be legal there. So,
wow, we gotta be careful here. Yeah.
I think it's legal now, but some of these photos maybe not. So he scaled up his business when Topps was maybe at one of its highest valuations, and now what is Topps worth? It's not worth. It's not worth as much as what he paid for it. So, and these are write-downs that have to occur internally at the company as well. They have on their balance sheet that Topps is worth, whatever they paid for it, $500 million, and they're paying loans against that value. Well, at some point you have to mark down the value of that. And that is one of the reasons why then your debt gets knocked down. Very similar if you buy a house. If you buy $1 million house and you're paying the bank back on it, and then all of a sudden the value of that house goes down to 500,000. Well, the bank is going to start to sweat because you could literally walk away from that house and stiff the bank. And so, like the similar type of thing is happening inside of Fanatics, and they sell all pure discretionary shit. You know what I mean? Like everything they sell, you don't need it. You want it, but you don't need it. And so it's a tough, the Costco's are going to be doing good. The Walmarts, the Targets, Amazons, like they're going to be doing good no matter what. They'll take a little bit of a hit if you have a slowdown. But man, if you're in a pure discretionary business over the next, year, 2 years, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough year or two, I think.
It's very interesting that this even leaked out. That this even became a story. It looked like one of the sources of the story was like maybe a credit rating agency. It says because according to the credit rating agency. So it's interesting that this got leaked out.
It might be that you can go to Moody's. I used to do this with Topps. Topps's debt was rated by Moody's, and I would just go and read the report about it. And I would post about this stuff on Twitter and people would be like, oh, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you could probably find, if I still had terminal access, you could find their credit rating right there. So this is all likely semi-publicly known information. And with specifics like adjusted EBITDA margins going from 8 to 2.5, guys, that is like making, I mean, I don't know what percentage that is off the top of my head, but damn, that'd be like making $100,000 a year, Ryan, and going down to 25,000. Like it's a huge cut. And so, some big changes. And so I think to wrap this around or loop it back down to like, why should people care in this hobby? Certainly people that tune in, I wouldn't buy this shit. You know what I mean? But if you're a breaker and you rely on this, if you're CB hobby and you rely on tops, like, you know, you got to think about this kind of stuff. You're wedding yourself to a company that, you know, get any extended time in this economy that's rough, and it's gonna be tough. Looks like we have a caller. CB Hobby Hotline is on fire. We have Big Fungus, who I think has called in before. Sir, how are you?
Good. How you doing, guys?
What's up? Doing great.
Hey, I just I told you last week I was going to call in. I just got back from the National. It was a long fucking day.
Fuck yeah.
Left
How
about
was
6 o'clock this morning. Got there. The traffic was terrible. I know people have talked about that. One road in, one road out. It's a bottleneck. It's just absolutely poor planning. They got guys out in the front trying to like wave people through for like VIP parking because that's a different lot. Then it's just a shit show. I mean, we got there at 9:30 and waited about an hour in traffic just to park. So wasn't a great start. But this was my first National. And I don't know what I expected. I mean, I'm from Buffalo, so I'm not going to say that Buffalo is a shining star of a city, but I thought it was a dump. I mean, cell service worked in half the building. I'm not one of those people that look up comps on every card I buy or see. So the cell service didn't really matter to me, but I was thinking of an analogy, and the best one I could think of is if you remember back, Star Wars Episode 4 when Luke walks into the cantina on Mos Eisley and he's just like, what the fuck am I walking into? That's kind of what my reaction was. It was just like, what is going on here? It was chaotic. It was packed. You know, cards are 25 to 30% over comps. I was in there 5 minutes and I saw Jeff Wilson with a camera stuck up his ass. It's, you know, you just can't escape it.
So this was your first National, you said.
Yeah.
Would it be something you'd go back again? Would it be something you'd advise people to attend? Like, or are you just totally dumping on it?
I mean, I would follow your guys' advice and not go to Cleveland. That's for sure. I'm sure the Chicago one's much nicer. So I could give it a second chance to go to Chicago, but I only do hockey, and the National is definitely not a hockey friendly event. Out of all the tables that were there were maybe 10 tables that had hockey, and what they had was overpriced and just kind of garbage selection wise. So I would be more apt to going to the Toronto Expo is more of a hockey show. So I could go to Chicago and give it a second chance, but I'm definitely not going to Cleveland again.
Are you going tomorrow?
No, I'm done. I was a one and done for me.
How long a drive is that, Cleveland to Buffalo? Did you drive out there?
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
That's not bad.
So did you buy anything? Did you buy anything at all at the show, or was it a complete zero for you?
Yeah, I bought some stuff. There were some. I was only really looking for Buffalo Sabres cards, so I bought I think 7 or 8 PC cards. I don't flip or do anything crazy like that, so I walked out of there with some cards, and I didn't spend all the money I brought, so it was a win-win. But you know, it was more of a, I guess, an eye opener. I really got to experience the full throes of the hobby today. So it was humbling, I guess.
And what turned you off the most? Was it the traffic? Was it the Jeff Wilson, standing in front and doing his cameos? Was it, what was it that kind of, not the non-hockey selection? What kind of was the main thing that turned you off from the National?
I mean, I guess I can't really get too upset with the hockey thing. I mean, it is what it is. People always say that hockey's more of a Canada sport, and that's where the popularity comes in. I don't know. I mean, I've liked hockey my whole life, as well as football. I just don't collect football or baseball or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, the corporate side of it, I mean, you really get to, once you rub shoulders with people like Card Collector 2 and Mojo and, you know, all those clowns, it kind of puts a sour taste in your mouth because they're just milking it, you know. They're just out there making content, you know. Jeff Wilson doing his big shot. Oh, you know, going back to my table because I got $400 cards sitting there, you know, Cards HQ buying table, and it's just his two clown partners, you know, sitting there fucking ripping people off, buying at 50%. It's just, you know, once you see that in person, it gives you a different perspective about, you know, what's really going on in the hobby, I guess.
And how long have you been collecting total, or how long have you been in the hobby?
So when I was a kid, I collected Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and like TCG pretty big. I never really got into sports until recently. So I've only been collecting sports cards, like I said, hockey for 2 years. So um, Jeff never really got into the hockey grift, so I didn't listen to him. I just kind of stumbled into it on my own because I knew about Pokemon, you know, from back in the day, but still relatively fresh.
Excellent. Have you ever been up to the Toronto Expo? I know you mentioned it, but have you ever been to that card show?
No, I haven't, but I think I have to give it a run in November when it comes, just to compare the two.
Maybe so, yeah. And you'll have to call back in and kind of give us the lay of the land. So what will give us your final grade? This was the first national you went to. Give us kind of your final grade, A to F. How would you grade your experience at the national?
I guess I give it a C minus. I guess it really depends on what you're going there for. For me, like I said, hockey, not a lot to do or not a lot to buy. I mean, I bought a few things, but a lot of it was overpriced and just stuff a more vintage or older hockey. Stuff that I'm like people that aren't in the league anymore, I guess is the easiest way to put it. Um, you know, if you're there for football and baseball, you're going to do fine because it's every table is football and baseball. I didn't see a lot of basketball, surprisingly. Even Pokemon, I didn't see a lot of Pokemon, to be honest. Very dominated by football and baseball. So if you can look past the corporate bullshit and the Jeff Wilson show and, you know, Stink Bomb Mojo, you know, you might have a good time. The line for food and drinks is about 3 miles long, so I would bring a backpack with water and a granola bar, because if you're going to rely on trying to get in line of their food truck situation, you're going to be it's going to be a bad day. So I guess that's what I would say.
Wow. So that's incredible firsthand accounting from
Um,
Big Fungus.
I wanted to do my best Walter Cronkite for you guys.
It's
You're damn right.
fantastic. No, it's I think even the chat is fired up about it, to be honest with you. I have one question though for you. We've been asking people. We're trying to elect a first lady of the hobby. We have some candidates, and we were wondering if you have a front runner, if you will, for the first lady of the hobby.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta go with Mary Gamble. Like, she's really the only front runner that I see. I think Mike Petty said she's got a horse face a little bit. I could see it. Now that I see what you're showing on the screen. I definitely see she's got an elongated face, but you know, she could still get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'd work with it. Yeah.
For the mayor, the man side, I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm on Sports Card Radio, so I could give a fuck about hobby positivity, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, I don't know. I don't really want to, I feel like it's a lesser of two evils to pick Mojo, but I mean, I don't really, you know, isn't he on probation for ripping off autographs and pictures and shit like that from back in the day? Everyone forgets about that one.
Yeah.
He's a convicted felon, very similar to some of the presidential candidates we have. So could fit right in the in the
which is weird. You know, I don't know what the conditions of his felony are, but he left the country last year to go to he went to the Toronto Expo, and I wanted to comment and be like, how are you able to do that? You know, aren't you country bound?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure since I've yet to commit a felony in my life, but
Yeah, nor have I.
I don't know. That's good. We'll try to keep it that way probably too.
Yeah, sounds good. Tim, also, I don't know what you did to upset that senior citizen earlier, but he was very distressed. I was kind of caught off guard by that. Is that a grift in itself, or is there real beef?
I don't know, but it's easy to raise his blood pressure.
Yeah, he probably had to go take a pill and relax a little bit.
Yeah.
I wish him well.
Indeed.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for having me on. Hope you guys have a good night.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Great call.
appreciate
Thank you
you.
very much.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
First-hand accounting
First-hand
from the
account.
National
Yeah.
on the CB Hobby Hotline. He gives it a C-. He said. He said the parking was disastrous. You had Mojo and fucking Jeff Wilson in here, fucking smacking people in the faces and getting in the way of fucking wheelchair-bound people
It's a shame.
at the entrance. You had no hockey, which doesn't surprise me that it's a football, baseball, vintage kind of heavy show.
That's kind of interesting.
And yeah, you got to buy your hockey on. God, I've been buying like hundreds of hockey cards on. Check out my cards to list on eBay because even the eBay sellers are consumed with baseball, basketball, and football. You know, they miss out on the opportunities that are there with the hockey card market. And there's some diehard hockey collectors, and we probably just heard one. On the
Alicia
CB
Schmidt
hotline.
just donated.
What do we got? Alicia
The lovely Alicia Schmidt says the 2024 Olympics start tomorrow. That is going to be exciting. And she says, if I win a gold medal in Paris next week, do you
Yes.
think one of the trading card companies will finally make a card of the world's sexiest athlete? Ryan, Livy Dunn is probably in the running here, but let's check out Mrs. Schmidt
I don't
here.
know. This is
Livy's not at the Olympics, is she?
Oh, that's true. That is true. So, well, she's saying world's sexiest athlete. Period.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's high praise. That is a high bar to clear. But I tell you what,
this is clearing a lot of bars right here.
Ryan would, if we had to elect a first lady of the hobby, if this is the real Alicia Schmidt, I'm not exactly sure if it is or not. I think she's either commented. We've had I think we've looked at this fine young lady before on this program, if my memory serves me. This was a while ago, but I think she's left a comment before. If this, I don't know, I don't know who this is. It could really actually legitimately be her, I guess. And so I don't know, Ryan. What trading card company do you think Topps would go from 2.5% adjusted EBITDA margins up to 3% if they made a card of her?
Look, I think if Alicia Schmidt was at the Cleveland National, I think Big Fungus's grade would have went from a C+ to probably like a B-, because just her presence alone would have made, standing in line for an hour to use the restroom or standing in line for 2 hours for $48 cardboard pizza. If you had Alicia Schmidt roaming around,
I'd take
Ryan, do you
Alicia
think
over Livy.
Should she call in the CB Hobby hotline?
I've been spamming the link.
we've got to get confirmation. Yeah, we've got to get confirmation that it's really her and it's not, some guy in a suburb of Cleveland, just playing games. But we do appreciate the 2024.
Yeah.
But it very well, she could, just be preparing for her first race, and she's got it cranked up like all the athletes in Paris do to sports card radio. And
I couldn't think of a better way to get ready for a race than to call in and let us know how her preparation is going.
I also don't know if it's really her because it's 5 a.m. here.
She could be an early riser, and she's getting her, she's addicted to sports card radio. So if it's 5 a.m. or 5:30 p.m., she's going to jump on. Yeah, she's definitely a front runner for
What event? She's obviously track and field, but I'm wondering, like, is she long distance, short? It's like track and field. You can it's like a sprint, or it's like a longer race. Like, I'm just trying to figure out when I need to tune into the. I'm not going to tune in a lot to the Olympics, but if she's running, I might.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get the schedule. We're gonna have to get the schedule out for sure.
We'll have to get that. Yeah.
The 200-meter schedule.
Yeah,
I agree. God, I wonder if she would have shook the hand of Mojo Sports or Jeff Wilson upon entering the national in Cleveland.
maybe. I don't know.
Historic footage from Cleveland as two of the hobby heroes are literally knocking over children. He almost smacked that woman in the face. God, we got to get the camera footage from Jeff, because he's almost like smacking people in the face as they're trying to enter the fucking national, after probably standing in line for an hour, after probably being in traffic for 2 hours. And then you got Dumb and Dumber fucking like, oh, let me fucking do my third cut on this video. It's like, guys, put your cameras away for 2.5 seconds. You're fortunate enough to be there. Jesus Christ, get out of these people's way. Look at that kid. He literally had to fucking maneuver around Jeff there to get around and to go stand in line for the silver packs of tops, or to go see his favorite breaker at the Whatnot group break pavilion. Look at our girl fucking She Breaks just has had enough of these influencers. She's like, nah.
She just got there and she had enough.
She's like, nah, I'm good. She's like, nah. She's like, oh, there's that.
Or she's got a little 5'2" jabroni next to her, though. Come on. I mean, how tall is she? She can't be that tall. And the dude's like fucking an inch taller than her. I mean, come on. If that's her man, guys.
Maybe it's her little brother. Maybe it's her little brother. I don't know.
If it's her little brother, then he's a good guy. We like him. But if that's what the competition is, guys, I mean, I think somebody's got to pull up during Cleveland and make a run.
Wow. Do you think this guy who's the purported boyfriend of She Breaks, do you think he would make her get out of the car, walk a mile, so that he doesn't miss the Earl Campbell autograph appointment? Do you think he's one of those type of guys?
That looks like a V-neck. So I think
it is.
I think he's staying in the Uber. I think he's gonna miss his appointment with Earl Campbell, Ryan, and just stick it out. Just power through.
Wow. That's very interesting. Lots of interesting things happening in Cleveland. You've got hobby heroes positioning themselves to win the presidency of the hobby positivity crowd. And you have the first ladies of the hobby making cameos with their boyfriends.
It's fantastic.
So I'm very excited about what's going on in Cleveland, despite the traffic, despite the bad odor emanating from the IX Center. I mean, good Lord, there should be a fucking deodorant booth right out front, spraying these people down, these men down.
There should be like misters as they walk in. It's like
I heard
spray.
Yeah,
just steam down.
This is like the Super Bowl for the Grinder app. I mean, all these guys have downloaded Grinder this week and are swiping right and left on.
I heard that was the RNC. I heard that was the RNC, that the Grinder app was on fire. Somebody from, I think even like it might have been, I don't know if it was a joke or something, but I swear like somebody from Grinder was like, our app usage is off the hook in Milwaukee right now or something.
Well, check the usage in Cleveland. I bet it's off the chains.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if it's 25-1, I mean, look at this picture. I mean, this is a pretty telling picture. You know, the white cultural event going on down in Cleveland.
I love Brian Gray a lot, but I don't really agree with this take. If you go to a car show, okay, and maybe not a car show. I mean, sometimes I go and there's, you got the car babes there or whatever. But it's like you go to a motorcycle rally. You know what I mean? Go to a motorcycle rally. You know what you're going to be expecting there. Go to a Trump rally. You kind of know what you're going to expect there. Go to a rally for Vice President Harris. I would expect to see some things there. You know what I mean? Like there's
Well, it swings the other way. Like you could go to something like BravoCon, and this is probably like all women. I mean, this is like actually what I want. Can we go to this November 3rd through the 5th? Like, you know what I mean? Like this is probably all women, you know? Like
what is it?
it maybe
Where?
exactly. You don't know what this is. And this is like,
no idea.
this
I
is
don't watch
exa-
TV.
Oh, well, you've got some
I
catching.
mean,
up
I
to
know
do.
what Bravo is, but I don't watch. I don't watch. I almost watch no TV anymore.
I bet this is all women. I bet this is all fucking
Okay,
women.
well, get some fucking tickets. How much? God damn.
$1,200. It looks
Can
like.
we get a media pass?
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do something.
Okay.
Looks like this was last year, 2023. So
Oh, we need that.
wait, eagerly waiting for the announcement.
Yeah. But I disagree. Like this is never going to be. We're not.
It's not going to be
bring-
ever women. There's
Yeah.
never going to be like loads of women, right?
Yeah. No, it's like saying, hey, I want to go to a Trump rally and I want to see a bunch of black people and Asian people and Mexican women. And I want to see, people that are confused about their gender. It's just not going to happen. That's not what that event attracts. Go to a motorcycle rally and be like, I want to see a bunch of, moms in sundresses. Like that's not what a motorcycle fucking rally is, and that's just what this event is. You've called it, and this was years ago. It's a white cultural. It's actually a white male cultural
event. Correct.
And that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a white male cultural event. And that doesn't mean that it's a racist event. That doesn't mean that if you're Asian or you're a girl or you're black or you're white or whatever, that you're not welcome there. That's not what it means at all. In fact, I would imagine that is actually, and I can only, being a white dude, I can only, kind of assume these types of things. But we've been to other card shows, and not much of that shit goes on. But this is a white male cultural event. That's who shows up to this shit. And that's who's always going to show up to this shit. And I don't think no matter what, unless you come and bring this out to California, you bring this out to California. I'm not going to say like a bunch of women are going to show up, but you're going to have a bunch of Asian dudes there. You're going to have a bunch of Mexican people there. You're going to have a bunch of you're going to have more of a mix because you come out here to California and it's more of a mix. But in Ohio, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's going to be a white, talk about white cultural event. Fucking that's Ohio for you. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't fucking nothing wrong with that. I ain't sitting here saying we need to fucking get rainbow flags and fucking wave them at the National. Not saying that at all. That's just the reality of the situation. That's where we're at. I don't think it's ever going to change. And I don't think it needs to change.
Yeah, it's even more of a white cultural. It used to be just like old men and shit,
Right.
And I was like the youngest. Yeah, I was the youngest guy there by like 20 years. This was 8 years ago. Now you got kids running around with Pelican cases and shaking our boy Mojo's hands as they enter the room.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'll continue to evolve, but it'll be slow evolution. You know what I mean? We're not going to wake up tomorrow and there's going to be a bunch of bitches at this thing. It's just, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
That's too bad.
It really is too bad. It is too bad. But I tell you what, the ones that we got, Ryan, we are appreciative. I think underrated, Ryan. I think Alex is really high on the list. I think she posted a story. She was at, I think you got to check. I don't know if she has a post yet, but I think if you click on her story, there we go. We're at the hotel. Ryan, what would you pay for a couple hours in the hotel room? Would you be reading Bible verses?
I need to get this loan that Michael Rubin was trying to get. I guarantee you that. I need to check that real quick. We need to get some of this billion over here. We spread that around.
I don't know. This is first lady material right here, Ryan. So Just saying.
She's definitely in the running. She's right up there in the running for first lady of the hobby, I think, without question. I mean, come on. She's like the narrator of the hobby show, The Golden Touch, right? She's on like the MLB network and does some things. It looks like she's done some things for Fanatics Live. She has 116,000 followers. That's more than Roth cards. Is that more than Roth cards? We got to check. Let's check.
For the love of the
38, man, it's like triple Roth cards.
He's going to be depressed about that. Did we get did Roth Cards post a video? Is he there? Is this not his scene or?
No, it looks like he's there. It looks like he's bringing some cards. Maybe he's getting there this weekend. I don't know. Shoot, I mean, I don't blame anybody for not wanting to go, not want to sit in that traffic and not want to deal with these crowds. But I think if you're one of these influencers, you kind of have to show up at these things. We're kind of one of the few people who, you know, we've been there, done that. We don't have to show up at these fucking things. We don't have to sit here like Jeff. I mean, this is so telling. This video is Jeff and Mojo at the start of this thing, fucking making sure they're out here with a camera in front of their fucking face, almost smacking people in the face and getting in the way of kids. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Would almost be the thumbnail right there.
For real.
Just them like wanting.
I just want to make a video on this. I just want to make a solo video on this like 10-second clip and just go through all the things. He almost smacks this woman in the face. Jeff almost smacks her in the face. Look, oh, he almost smacks her right in the face. We got a guy in a wheelchair. Guys, get the fuck out of the way. Get the fuck out of the way. Part of the reason why there's all these lines, if you got these dorks with these fucking cameras. Get the fuck out of what Jeff was standing right here. Get the fuck out of the way. God damn. Fuck me, dude. Like, really?
Do we think we're being too negative? This is hobby positivity. You got the
look at this kitty. Look at him. Look at Jeff.
He got body.
And this woman almost gets smacked. That woman almost gets smacked right there.
Whoa.
And our girl, she breaks. She's done with it.
I roll.
She's like, fuck these guys. Look at these dorks. So she breaks just went up way high on the first lady scale.
What's
like,
her story like? What's she posting on her story? The post are one thing. It's the story sometimes. Okay, she's got the water.
She's got
good.
the water.
That's good. Okay,
she's hydrated. She's hydrated.
I'm looking at the nails.
The hair's on point.
That means you're taking care of yourself and taking care of your business. Okay.
She says these sticker prices are wild. She's loving Zion cases. She's sitting in traffic.
This is just
she's complaining about only having one entrance to this convention center this size is crazy.
She only has one entrance.
Well, the Cleveland National only has one entrance. She breaks.
Indeed.
You know, good luck cracking that box. That's for sure. Now, although our boy over here in the red shirt might have done that.
Well, we'll
get the fuck out of these people's way. God damn, you.
I don't know. I think the homie in the wheelchair actually says hi to him. Like, if you roll this, see, he says hi to him. I think he kind of like.
No, I think Mojo says hi to him. I don't think the guy says hi to him. I think Mojo's over here shaking everybody's hands, thinking, all these people know who I am. Guys, put your fucking cameras away. There's like millions of dollars of inventory out there. Like, good, look at him. Look at him. Oh my God.
You mean when you went to the National, you didn't stand at the entrance and
I didn't, Colin. I didn't take out my camera and stand at the entrance and be like, hey guys, I'm Ryan from Sports Card Radio. Don't you want to fucking shake my hand and fucking meet me and take a fucking selfie with me? Oh,
fair enough.
God.
We probably have time for another caller. If somebody, I posted it in the chat that is sponsored by cbhobby.com. Ryan, did you win any cards tonight?
That's a fucking
I
great
think this
question.
might be a good time, a good day to win cards, right? Everybody's like
shit.
tied up in traffic and fucking the cell phone ain't working. This might be when you got to catch a fucking deal.
These Kobe's are like $2,000, so maybe we'll sell some of ours. Good lord. No, it looks like I fucking got outbid on everything, of course.
What about that one? Damn. Oh my
Fuck
god,
me.
$1,000.
I lost everything.
That's brutal. Well,
That's brutal. $1,200 for that card. It's a
That's a
sad
lot.
day. I spent $4,000 on Pearl Jam merchandise the other day, so
you're a little light on the funds.
I would say the funds situation when you spend $4,000 on some Pearl Jam shit, then yeah, you coming in a little light. You coming in a little light. That's for sure.
Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
and I'm saving up for BravoCon as well. So it looks like $1,200 to get into BravoCon. So
BravoCon.
you're damn right.
Bravo.
I would literally walk to this motherfucker before I went to the National in Cleveland. Like before I dealt with this shit.
Wow.
Mojo trying to shake my hand as I'm like, dude, I just want to fucking go look at some fucking 50-cent boxes and see if I can go buy a whole box. And they got Jeff and Mojo here trying to fucking be Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and shit. My God, look at this video. Look, this old woman had to like step around Jeff. She's in a walker. She's in a fucking walker. Jeff, get the fuck out of the way. We've got old women in walkers trying to get into the National, guys. You can shoot your video.
Yeah, in the
at
context
any of
of
the 8 hours that you're there.
These people literally had to sit an hour in traffic. God only knows we had Big Fungus call in. He drove 3 hours to get there. So a lot of these people are actually probably driving in from some distance away. And so they drive a couple hours. They probably had to wake up early. I don't know what time this thing opened up, but you had to wake up probably kind of early, get in your car, drive to Cleveland. Now you're sitting in traffic. Some of these motherfuckers had to get out of their Uber and walk a mile. And you finally get into the show and you got Jeff fucking almost damn near knocking people over. And Mojo's looking around for everybody that'll say hi to him.
Maybe this is what we'll do at Burbank or the Fanatics. We'll just stand at the entrance
We
with our
just stand at the
fucking
entrance of
cameras.
Fanatics.
Be like, look at me, guys. God, you guys are fucking pathetic. Look at me.
Yeah.
You fucking idiots.
Okay, well, maybe we should
Jeez,
go to the comments, Ryan. We have Ferris,
Yeah, because
Sterling.
we have one about the Dallas card show, and I do want to talk about that.
Okay.
About
So how was the Don Sack restaurant? Well, that was sent to us. So we can't take credit for the photo or seeing that. We have just a crack staff and crack fan team over here at Sports Card Radio.
Well, we got good reviews, baby. 4.4 on Yelp.
Okay,
let's fucking go, baby.
Fucking go, guys. If you were in DC, we're not fucking kidding. Go check this place out. Leave it a good review. Maybe what would be absolute fucking gold is if you brought a Luka Doncic card there, and then in your review, you take a picture of the Doncic card. Is like, just above the bowl. I mean, this shit looks great. I'm hungry. I'm starving right now.
That's fucking.
But this shit looks great. Drinks look good. Doncic, guys. Washington, D.C. It's probably a lot worse things you could be doing in Washington, D.C. these days. So there you go.
Price too, man. Look, I mean,
but yeah, this was
got
sent
Bill Clinton prices over here.
Really?
Yeah, come on. Chicken cashew, $16. Come on.
Was that good?
That sounds affordable.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't eat out a lot. I don't watch TV. I'm a loser these
Crispy
days.
duck, $21, baby. Come on.
Kapow.
Let's fucking go.
I haven't ate Thai food in a while, but it looks good. It looks really good. Looks good. There you go. Don Sack. Looks good. I'd eat it right now. Heard the men's room had 3 stalls at the National. That seems like a problem.
Oh boy,
Seems like a problem.
this is bad. Yeah, this was bad.
Hopefully it gets better over the weekend.
Although doesn't people like Mojo and Jeff wear diapers so they can just pee their pants, right? And they'll be fine. They don't have to worry about bathrooms.
I mean, I don't no comment on that one. I have no idea.
No comment. All right.
Seems to me it would get like kind of moist, and I don't know. I wouldn't want to wear a wet diaper and have to walk around the place.
Mm-hmm.
But that would just be like me. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Ryan, this is Livy Dunn. I mean, ooh, baby, I like it raw with the $9.99. I was there Monday and Tuesday building our booths. I work for a store in New York. Came home to work. Cleveland is absolute asshole.
Wow.
I'm glad I'm home. See you at Fanatics Fest. We'll be set up. Cool. All right. So I like it raw. That's probably very similar. Ryan, when's the last time do you tend to wrap up, or do you like it raw as well?
Oh man. We got a flight in a couple weeks out to Fanatics Fest, so we're gonna I heard about something about raw dogging flights where you wear no headphones, no entertainment, no nothing. So you like raw dog an international flight or whatever. And I was like, oh wow, that's
TikTok fucking trends. They were eating fucking Tide Pods or whatever. These guys are fucking licking ice cream and shit. Fuck these stupid TikTok fucking trends. I'm gonna have my fucking pills. I'm gonna have my fucking iPad and my everything fucking ready to go. Fuck this shit. Since I don't watch TV, I've got a fucking like 6-hour flight. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna be watching a whole series of something. Maybe The Golden Touch. I haven't watched that yet, so I'll download that and fucking watch that. But hey, thanks for the absolute stone cold truth. Cleveland is an absolute asshole, and he's glad to be home in New York. Probably be happy too. Tri-County Boxing says they're serving $48 pizzas at the National. Honestly, around the corner from me, I went out with my kids. A large pizza with one soda, $33. $33.
Was it good?
So, yeah, it's great.
Oh.
And it was now the funny thing is it was Wheel Wednesday, so they had a wheel where you spin it around and you got something for free. And my youngest son spun it around and he got the jackpot, which was a free large pepperoni pizza. So he got a free large pepperoni pizza and a large cheese pizza for $33. It was a great deal. So, but without the wheel, I tell you what, man. I mean, now you got to pay the guy $20 an hour just to work out here. Shit. So
those $48 pizzas are probably those rectangle pizzas you got in elementary school.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Totino's, Mr. P's. I mean, I've paid $48 for pizza.
They got booze. It looks like that's a step up. They didn't have these food trucks in 2014 and 2016. Now the food was, oh my god, it was so bad. But there were no lines. I mean, there were no lines for anything back in those days. But there were no food trucks. These are new. These are a new thing.
That is a very good idea. That is a very some venues won't allow that. Like fucking whatever. What was it? The one we were at? The Cow Palace.
Cow Palace.
They'll never allow that because they have some unionized fucking stupid fucking rule where you have to have the fucking consent, and the ladies are fucking literally bought that shit at Costco and they come there and resell it for like $10 more. But it's like at a place like this, that is cool. The food trucks is a great touch. And I bet those guys crushed it. I mean, fuck setting up and doing cards at this thing. I wish I had a motherfucking
same.
I will show up in Cleveland with a food truck if they want me to. Because dude, you could probably go buy a food truck fucking off the rack, brand new, and make money. If you knew what you're fucking doing. Now you need a cook, you need to have a process. I've watched some food truck shows. That's like the last thing I probably have ever watched. But Chipotle style fucking scoop and serve. You
just French fries.
French fries, fucking
$48 pizza.
You'll make a ton.
All right, I'm down.
Let's
Next
go.
time, let me set up a food truck.
I'll do it.
What's the food situation at Burbank? We got to figure that out.
Let's do it.
It's fucking fish and chips fucking on the water is what we're fucking doing. All right, down in Southern California, the Mexican food's pretty actually semi decent down there, or the Asian food down there, super good. So we'll have to pick out some spots.
We've done a lot for, you said earlier that we've done a lot for the Thai community. So I just want to echo those statements. That was a classic line uttered on Sports Card Radio.
A lot for the Thai community. We'll continue. This is going to be like a Kamala Harris speech. We're going to continue to do a lot for the Thai community in the future.
Let's not be unburdened by what has been done but what has been done in the future or whatever.
Damn fucking right. Fucking Thai community. So yeah, we're gonna in LA, let's pick out some spots and just let's go somewhere nice though. Like I mean, obviously when you're there, we'll bring some snacks and we'll do what we got to do. But then afterwards, let's find some good
I kind of want to go live. I kind of want to just
we'll go live
for like an hour or two, and then I'm sure we're gonna dip out. But like I think we should go live. I heard Mary Gamble's gonna be there. We'll see who else is going to be there, but I think we should try to pull some of these people onto the show. We need to figure out our dating situation with Justin Gamble. Like, what happened there? Like, why did you guys get on camera with her? Now, I understand these little kids. Look at this little kid, kind of checks her out or whatever. He's like, oh, that looks good. And so I understand you guys, these little kids, but why aren't we finding out the real tea here? What happened with Justin Gamble and Mary Gamble? We need to find this out.
I think we get Mary on. It's like, hey, how you doing? How you like California? And then it goes right into
the
do you have a boyfriend? Drama. Yeah,
right.
Let's get into it.
What's the deal?
Yeah, let's just get right into it.
Because our boy Justin Gamble hasn't he been flexing his new girl?
He has. Is she jealous?
What's the tea? Yeah, what's the fucking tea on this? Come on. Like, what are we talking about?
We gotta find out about this.
Here he is over here with his new girl.
Yeah, we gotta hash this all out. I mean, that's a spread. I mean, this is the kind of videos maybe we need to start producing. Fucking New York filleted out. Let's do this. Look at that. This looks good. That looked like a cheap watch, but this is good.
Oh, I was trying to get a shot of the new girlfriend here.
Is that her?
I think this is the new girlfriend.
She looks quite lovely. So would you say that's an upgrade or do we know?
No, we're not. No, we're not going there. But I think we just need to get the story from Mary Gamble. Like what happened here?
Yeah, what happened?
Like what happened?
Mutual? Was it her?
Right. And how does she feel about this? Now she got her man kind of still out there on Front Street with the new girl.
I mean, that's Walgreens.
She's not switching back to her maiden name or what?
Right. Yeah. And I think people have asked her, like, is she going to change her name and have given her suggestions so we can ask her about that. I mean, these are important things. I mean, it's great that she bought these at downtowns and, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like, let's get the real fucking tea.
Well, that's what the hobby needs us for is we'll get to the bottom of this. And, you think Justin Gamble would be a bottom, Ryan? Never mind.
Hey, well, we saw that video where he went out with a tranny in New York. I mean, we got, we can, sure about, depends how far back we want to go on the tee.
Are we sure about this one? I never know these days. I mean,
this definitely looks female. This definitely looks legit female. But again, I don't want to make assumptions here. I know there are a lot of people standing in line at the National who wanted to identify as female so that they go use the female restroom today.
I would have. There's no women there.
Right.
It's like, oh, Mary Gamble's over there filming a video. There's She Breaks rolling her eyes at what's his name? Oh, it's good. There ain't no other women here. So we're good. Jason Moran with the $5. He said the best part of the National is watching Lemmings buy silver National packs on Card Collector 2's whatnot for $200 each, and they literally get $2 cards in return. Scam. Yeah, I gotta imagine it's really slim on those giveaways, and I think that used to be kind of the lure of going to this thing. Oh, if he's opening them. I mean, and they're for him. Like he's going to probably get the best card. But if it's for his
Well, they're
customers,
CT scanned. You could CT scan these
fair enough.
packs and know what's inside.
True.
So come on now. His are going to be CT scanned, whereas everybody else, you're going to be screwed.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that looks like a $2 card.
Those cards look trash.
Whoa,
Jesus
whoa,
Christ.
whoa! That's all you get?
That's what people are buying?
That's it for $200? Oh shit!
These
We
are
need some
$200.
Really? No way.
He got a serial numbered Ematu Latu, Colin. Look at that. Wow.
Who the hell is that?
$3.99. Brandon Cooks to
Oh, wait,
$3.99,
there's another
baby.
card in there. Hold
Oh,
on,
wait.
hold on.
Oh, we got Kyle Larson. He got a
Who?
Kyle Larson.
These are $200? No,
No way. These
can't
are
be
$200.
$200. These
There's
were like
no way
$10
these are
back in the day.
$200. No way these are $200. He got an Amin Thompson.
Who?
He got a Dylan
I have no
Raiola.
idea who that is.
The pride of Omaha, Nebraska, right there, baby.
What jersey does he have on? What is that?
There's Panini. These are Panini. Look at what Panini's throwing out these days.
Ugh.
Look at what Panini's doing.
It's like worse than Leaf.
Who's that?
Ugh.
Oh, Anthony Richardson. Wasn't he supposed to be good?
That's a second year though.
2 cards? They get 2 cards?
That's it?
2 cards?
$100
This is
a
it?
card.
Dude. I was gonna make a comment, Ryan. $200 at a fine establishment hotel in Cleveland. You'll have a little more fun than that.
Good Lord.
What's
$200?
Mary's hourly going rate here?
Paul George?
Oh my God, what is that?
They got a Paul George, Colin.
And a Brock Purdy.
There's no way these are $200. No fucking
There's no
way
way.
these are
There's
$200.
no way.
These have
no
got to
way.
be like $10.
I don't know the way the hobby is now, though, Ryan. What's the chat saying? There's got to be some people in the chat that know.
There's no way these are $200 fucking dollars. No fucking way. No way.
Someone
no
said
way.
$100 gets you 100 dances.
We got a Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
He got one. He got one good
some
card.
people saying 60 a pack. 60. William Dunlop says 60.
Damn, 60.
Still 60.
I was thinking maybe 10. I mean, he hit that Caitlin Clark out of 15. That's going to be a little bucks, but
Ryan, dude, takes. I haven't been to a strip club.
he opened 20 packs.
He opened 20, and his best one is this Caitlin Clark.
Whew.
56. People are saying like 50, 60.
Okay. For 2 cards?
That trash. I mean, I could see paying $50 for 2 cards, but not this. These are like base cards.
Jokic. What else he get?
Guys, this is
Bijan Robinson. Oh, he got Angel Reese. There we go.
So what though?
At least he got a picture of a woman. My fucking God.
That's true.
If you're gonna pay $50 for fucking something, you might as well get a picture of a woman instead of these fucking Anthony Richardson or who the hell is that? Who the hell is Ollie Gordon, Colin? Who the hell is Ollie Gordon?
I have
no
idea.
disrespect, but who the fuck is Ollie Gordon?
I have no idea.
The
I am going to watch a lot of college football this year, though. I will know.
Backs of those cards are
I
trash.
will know every college football player by the end of the year. I was not able to watch last year because I had a job, but I will be watching a lot of fucking college football this year.
Looks like my
NFL.
7-year-old nephew made these cards. Like, who the fuck is designing these cards?
I don't. Well, I mean, we don't need to get into that, but it's like, how are these $50? Ryan, who has $50 to pay for these things? I mean, God bless you. Just goes right over the Larry Bird. I mean, that was the first good player out of everybody.
No, he's going to go on a soliloquy about Jalen Moore or whoever the fuck that was. He's going to be like, oh, he was really good in college.
It's fucking Larry Bird serial numbered. It was like the best card he ever pulled in his life. He just flings it to the side.
Slow roll. Oh, Ethan Salas. God, he's good, right?
That's the silver, Ryan. Well, look at the back. What the
Is
fuck?
he underage?
Like
Can
they
you even
didn't
show that?
It's like they didn't even finish the backs of the cards.
Yeah.
It's like they stopped doing like LeBron serial numbered. Okay.
It's like it's a
He's just
199.
gonna roll through that. He's
I
like
get
$10.
a Purdy.
Yeah, Brock Purdy. All right, last pack magic. Here we go.
Oh, this is
Oh,
the
he's
one.
got to get his commercial. He's got to fucking Jesus Christ. He's fucking doing a whole commercial. Open the fucking pack, kid.
Jesus.
God damn. This is
Your
the
job is-
content
yeah.
people watch?
Your
Holy
job is
shit.
over.
Oh
All
God,
right.
who is that? Oh, another Pride of
okay.
Omaha, Nebraska, baby.
Who the hell is that? Oh yeah.
Oh.
Another
Oh.
fucking female
Hey, at
basketball.
least he got a fucking picture of a woman.
Yeah, I guess.
Let me guess. Oh, I did pretty good.
That was
50
20 packs.
bucks?
That was Ryan. That was a rack. That was a rack. That was
For
a G.
this?
That was a G for all that. You got a Caden
Damn.
Clark, a couple serial number LeBron, a serial number LeBron, serial
That was
number
his best card right there.
serial number Caitlin.
Mhm.
Like that ain't
was
worth
it
a
right
rack.
there. Fuck no.
Her cards are gonna get so diluted too. I ain't saying that she ain't good or she ain't collectible, but it's like, look what happened to Wemby and Zion and all those other guys. Same thing's gonna happen to her.
Man.
That's brutal. Okay, well, thank you, Jason. Got us on the reaction video. That was a rack, bro. 10,000 people have watched that today. Watch him dust off a rack.
There he
on
goes.
these.
Oh, now he's got the tops ones. Oh boy, I bet these are going to be a doozy.
Oh, but these are probably even more. Shit, if Paninis are 50 and 60.
No shit,
Jesus
right?
Christ. Jason Moran says Mojo's flagship policy is the renewal of PPP loans. Thank you, Jason. Mojo was confiscating outside food items.
Jesus.
According to Nick for the $1.99.
Hey, those donuts are good.
Oh man. I didn't have one. Next
Well, I
time,
said
maybe.
Mojo should have just sold $15 donuts at the thing, and he'd have made it
He could
racks
have-
on
That
racks.
would have came up.
His dad probably could have hooked him up. Okay, at least these to me, these cards look a little better. You can actually
At least
see
you get more than two.
the
Fuck.
national on there is cool. I like that. The backs look actually like they were finished. The chrome cards, okay,
They look nice.
but I don't. Let's go to the chat. Like, how much are these? How
These
much
are
are
the tops? The
packs?
tops
Yeah.
ones.
He says
like two
CB
different
Hobby
colors.
says these packs are free if you buy a national package from a distributor.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
Free's good. We like free.
Okay. So it's not that one's numbered to 50.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't even know who that is.
Well, he's probably underage, honestly.
Half of Card Collector 2's audience. You don't know who that is? He's
Oh,
batting
God.
222 for the Silverhawk Nebraska fucking AA team. It's like, shut
say
the fuck.
say that name, yeah.
How don't you recognize Don Diego's first lady? Ryan, Jason Moran, $2.
Oh,
We forgot.
where's she at? Right here.
Okay. What's she doing? She there?
Man,
Okay.
she's probably in San Diego at the Comic-Con at the real place you want to be, honestly.
You think so? Click on
Yeah.
her story. I think she's got a story. What's going on up here?
She looking like
Okay.
she in San Diego.
She's in San Diego at the Comic-Con. All right.
Yeah.
That looks like
That's-
fun.
Oh, nope. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Where's that?
I have no idea.
That looks like National.
Guys. Okay.
Oh, she's at the booth. She's making a running for First Lady of the Year.
Yes. There it is. Okay. Well, I tell you what, that's going to be a competitive race, Ryan.
It is.
I mean, and I think, man, that's going to be competitive. You got a lot of strong candidates.
We
Strong
do have some strong candidates.
It's going to be tough.
This is
This
going to be
is
a
gonna be-
hotly contested
gonna be
race.
It's going to be tough.
I still want to know, where is Nat's hand? Because it's not up here on her shoulder. We don't see it over here. Where is this other hand?
Well, given by the
Okay.
smile on his face, it's probably in the right spot.
We got a
Where's
mystery.
her hand?
Where's her
Mr.
hand?
Butler.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir, for this is a friend of mine, friend of the show, longtime friend of the show. Says, I can't believe how many influencers were reporting on the show floor like they were CNN.
Hmm.
Mr. Butler and I met at a card show a long time ago before Jeff Wilson said it was cool to collect cards. Before I even had kids and stuff. I think I was married, but it was before I had kids and all that. So Good to hear from him. Glad to see
Well,
he's
there's
still
Jackson Holiday. Is he legal?
Ryan,
Is
Ryan.
he
Oh my God.
legal?
He's probably spent 20 minutes jerking that card off. Fucking, he pulls a Larry Bird, and it's like whatever. Gets this kid fucking who won't even sniff the major league.
Is he above 16 years old, or what?
I don't. I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Smitty's Collectible says bought a 5-day VIP package, stayed a whopping 2 days, almost sat in traffic, and the VIP line is longer than time in the show. Wow. So he spent more time in line than at the show. That sounds like Legoland, where you spend 30 minutes to wait to ride the, 1.5 minute roller coaster. So David Snyder says, does Mojo charge to get a picture with him?
Oh.
Ryan, do you know? I don't know.
I just heard about the 5K to do a trade night out here. That's all I heard.
That is confirmed. He asked for 5K to do a trade night.
Yeah.
So, but that might cover travel expenses. But I think this was like a California show.
It was California. Yeah.
So he could like legitimately maybe drive and go be at home and run the trade night.
For real.
Burbank Card Show in Anaheim is better than the National. That's Trader Griff's. I gotta imagine, like, we're gonna go to Fanatics Fest, and honestly, I'm gonna be looking forward to coming home. And I'm just a California guy at heart. I'm gonna be looking to come home and go to Burbank, partly because we're staying literally right on the beach in Southern California, and it doesn't get any better than staying literally right on the ocean in Southern California. In fact, it's probably, it's right up there with Monterey. It's right up there with San Diego for me, if you got a really good spot, and we do. I'm really looking forward to this. The card show, I think, is going to be good, but if you're lucky, come hang out with Sports Card Radio in the after hours, and that's where the party begins. But I gotta agree. The National looks like, to me, it's just too many people. David Snyder asked if the Jackson Holiday errors saw a net positive. I think we got to that one. Thank you, David Snyder. Appreciate it. Jason ran with another $2. Guarantee the influencers watching SCR together. We know the haters are watching. My God, they like recite shit we say word for word. They put it in their legal documents too. And it's like, goddamn, not only are they watching, their fucking attorneys are watching.
Oh, shit.
The Card Fanatics said he made $2,600 this week at a card show. First time making that kind of money at a show. And now my 9-year-old is going to see the beach for the first time ever. Thank you, Cardboard. Those are the kind of stories we like to hear, man. That is awesome.
Talking about
make $2,600.
That sounds good.
To me, it's like you ain't never gonna remember the 2,600. You ain't even gonna remember the card show. But that couple moments on the beach with your 9-year-old, that's worth every.
Speak for yourself. That 2,600 can go a long way.
You think so? You think it would get you an hour with Don Diego?
It better. God damn. Yeah, what are we talking about?
No, I've had some moments over the past 2 weeks. I've been very fortunate to have some nice vacations, and it's always nice to have that with your family. Nugs Cards, what happened to the million stolen from Dallas? Ryan, did you have an update there?
I have a little bit of an update. There were some pictures floating around of a guy who was suspected to be one of the card show. What was the name? Is it Day Sports Cards? The guy that got robbed on, I can't remember what the fucking these stupid names on Instagram are. But anyways, so the guy that got robbed at the Dallas card show, some pictures were floating around of one of the alleged suspects. I spent several hours looking at footage and looking at all kinds of shit. Yeah, because it was like, it's honestly like, because I got shown some pictures of a guy that they thought it was, and it was like, yeah, if you look at it close, it's like, ooh, I could make a case. Now, the problem is the Dallas card show is saying that one of these guys, I love how even the Dallas card show stopped talking about it. This is 2 weeks ago, and they've literally never made a post about it again. Everybody in this hobby has forgotten about this, and you want to know why? Because this is negative. So negative. The shit we talk about ain't negative. When we talk about Kurt's Card Care, that makes motherfuckers go out and buy more cards and grade more cards and look at their cards closer. Dealers getting robbed. Extremely negative for the Dallas Card Show. So they don't even have information on here. But anyways, I was comparing footage that the Dallas Card Show was showing compared to pictures that I saw. I can make a circumstantial case that there's a suspect. I could also make a circumstantial case that there isn't. So apparently, though, the cops have been sent pictures, the same pictures that I looked at, and they didn't do shit. They never contacted the people about it. They never followed up on the leads.
Shocking.
And there were all these people in the hobby. The FBI is going to get involved, and they're fingerprinting. It's like, guys, the cops ain't going to do shit.
Bro, somebody shot the president and they don't give a fuck. So
literally,
let's be real. I don't know. I just want to get that 70K, bro. Let's get that 70K.
Well, that's literally the only reason why
only reason why I gave a shit.
I gave a shit because I was like, this is 70K. And it was like, I was looking at tattoos and I was looking at kind of facial features. And for a minute there, I was like, oh man, that's kind of close. Like, it's kind of close.
Oh, wow.
But the more I looked at footage, the more I wasn't 100% sure. So, but hey, at least there's somebody in the hobby looking at suspects.
Yeah. 70K will do that.
We got online.
We have Valor sports card. Sounds like he's like on a flight.
Hey, you guys hear me?
Yes, we got you.
Hey, sorry about that. I'm driving home from Cleveland. Good Lord, I can't wait to go back to New York. Never thought I'd say that.
Wow. What happened in Cleveland?
What happened?
Good Lord. So we had 3 ambulance calls today. People either passed out or like there was a guy that came up from the bathroom, like peed himself and like hit his head or something. It was bleeding and he was like laying down on the floor. It was the wildest thing I've ever seen.
At the National?
At the National.
Wow. Is this an elderly man? Is this Mojo's cameraman? Who describe the person that was on the floor?
Let's not even talk about that guy. That was insane to watch it. No, it was just like a middle-aged man in his 40s, I think. Literally soaked himself, right? So he peed all over himself, and he was like bleeding from his head and laying down on the floor. The medics were there. That was like the 3rd ambulance call today. It was the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan. You would think you were in the middle of war in here between the influencers and the ambulance people. Good Lord.
Wow. So what was your overall thoughts on the show? Was it too much drama? Was it good? Was it too much traffic? What was it like?
So the overall thoughts, I came in really early. So I left New York yesterday at 5 o'clock in the morning, got there around 12. Obviously got the VIP pass just to make it easier on my life. I'm not going to stand in line for anyone, especially for a card show, if I can help it. But it seemed pretty well. Obviously the air conditioning didn't work, so they had like the blowers, the commercial blowers. Everyone was sweating, but overall it was pretty cool. You got to see a lot of people. The best part is seeing the influencers before they start shooting a shot. It's like a totally different human being. It's the craziest thing. It's like, you see Jeff and all those people, like, just really, I think the only one that, like, I love him, I think he's a great guy, Dr. Collectibles. Like, he's just like a genuine dude, but, obviously you see all the other videos. It just looks so fake. And it's like, whatever. So I got the national packs, right? The Topps national packs. So you guys know how to get that, or you guys need me to explain it to you?
Did you have to buy a box or explain it to us though?
Yes. So there's like a few select products that Top says you purchase, you come to the Topps redemption place and they cut the seal off the box and in turn give you a national pack. So let's say I got Heritage, which was selling at $110 a box. Okay.
Yeah.
I got $110 box and I got a card. So technically that itself costs $110. What do you got it on CB? Heritage.
$4 per pack. I don't know if we have a box price, but we have $4 per pack.
Yeah, so I mean, it seemed like it was the going rate out of everyone. You know, everyone had the same price really. But yeah, it was like around $110 a pack. Obviously, it's hard to hit some good stuff, but you know, you can potentially hit some good stuff one in every 20 packs or so. You know,
Did you open any? Did you hit anything good?
I opened one. I hit a Paul Skeens base, but Paul Skeens sells, so you know, I'm not going to make $110, I don't think, but you never know with Paul Skeens in the market right now.
So you said you drove, God damn, it seemed like you drove like 6 or 7 hours. Was it worth it for you to drive all that way, or would you not do it again? Like what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so my only reason I went there is because obviously I'm a breaker. I'll pin myself real quick. I'm a breaker and I offer prep grading services for my clients through BGS. So the only reason I went was because there were a few clients that wanted their cards graded as quickly as possible. So I went out to BGS to get that taken care of for them. But I didn't really buy anything or sell anything. You know, I stayed there one night. It was absolutely insane. I'll send you guys a video of a legitimate crackhead. Like, I thought he was gonna like either go on the street or not. It's the craziest experience I've seen in my life. I'm from New York and I've seen crazy. This was wild.
Wow. So
But getting out of there, so like this is crazy, right? So you get there. I got there early today. I got there like 8 o'clock because I know what the traffic's. Oh, there you go. That's my good friend.
There we go.
He's David. He's in Probstein. He's been my friend since I was 5 years old, but he's a good dude. Yeah, so I mean, I got there early, and I bamboozled my way. This was funny. So I saw this. Look at that truck. So they're giving away that truck, but it's PSA encased. So I was wondering if PSA upcharged them on that or not. I wasn't sure.
That's a possibility.
To be determined. But yeah, I got there early, and 9:30 the doors open. That line was out the door one end. It was like herding cattle, right? Obviously, Mojo decides to be in the middle of everything, but I don't know what the hell he was doing. Wanted to get what the fuck was that about? It's like who the I don't even. It was wild. It was like what are you doing there? The fuck? People want to get in there. They've been standing in line for a half hour. It took 2 hours to get a parking spot. Good Lord. I don't know what the point of that was at all.
I'm glad I'm not the only one amazed at this video footage here.
It just doesn't make sense. I mean, okay, you shoot content, but don't get in the way of people that literally were sitting in traffic for an hour just to get a spot, then waiting in line to get in, and then when they're allowed to get in, you're standing right in the middle of it. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, so they had like one bathroom. So I had the VIP pass and my friend had the regular 5-day pass. He came to me, he's like, hey, let's switch passes so I could go to the VIP bathroom since there's not a lot of people there.
Wow.
Like
So yeah,
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You had to scalp
Like,
your bathroom pass.
You literally scalp him, right? I should have made him pay. But the best part was, so I get the heritage boxes. They open it up. So now I have packs. I got nothing to do with heritage boxes. So I thought it'd be fun, you know, going around. There were a bunch of kids. So I like gave away packs. And no, I didn't record it. I know I should have.
You should have for clout, yeah.
For clout, yeah. I apologize. I might actually turn around and do that.
You should.
But so I was giving them away, and they were like 11-year-old kids, and I was like, hey, here are 2 packs just to, just because, and they were like, no, thank you. And they had
It was
cases
trash.
of like flawless, like better cards than I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sitting over there, I'm like, okay, I feel like an idiot now. I had to like apologize to kids that I was giving them heritage and not national treasures. But it was cool. Like there were a lot of kids, there were a lot of younger kids, a lot of girls that were there. It was fun to see. Um, it was definitely spaced out well. eBay did their thing. Whatnot had the whole community out there. We the Hobby killed it. They were like, man, We the Hobby is they, they were unreal. They had such a great setup. It was really cool to watch. Oh yeah, I hit that.
Who would be your first lady of the hobby? We're taking votes for
Well,
hobby
well,
president and hobby first lady. Who would be your votes?
well. I'm married with kids and stuff, so
Okay, so we got to be
um,
a little careful.
yeah. The first lady. Um, can we go to the president real quick?
Yes, we
It's
can.
got to be Jeff. No,
Sure.
Jeff or
Why not?
Mojo is cutting it really close. Yeah, I think Jeff because I didn't see Mojo. I don't think I saw Jeff welcoming people, and that's like a presidential thing to do.
I see.
You know,
What would you say
Mary.
to Jeff if you ran into Jeff at the national? Like, is there anything you'd say to him? Would you get a selfie with him? Would you get his autograph? What would you
No, I
do if you
saw
saw
him.
Jeff?
I saw him going around. Like I don't know what an autograph or like what the heck could we talk about? I guess his revenue for the first quarter. I'm not sure what I would talk to him about. Um, not. It's just. What would you talk to him about?
Maybe how he got 2 PPP loans. I mean, that had to be a feat all in of itself. So I think certainly we could start with the government money that he got, and maybe the card shop, maybe the 14,000 square foot card shop and the Breaker Cabanas, and
I
how
wasn't.
things are going at the HQ.
I wasn't really impressed with that, and that doesn't impress me much. Like, you know, boasting what you have doesn't really impress me. You know what I would love to see, like influencers and things like that, like what they're giving back to the community and what they're giving back to the quote unquote hobby, and what positive, uh, you know, what positivity they're bringing back instead of just talking about it in a great picture and everything's perfect. I think there's a great lack of between talking about the hobby and actually like what are you doing that's like beneficial or like just doing good things. And it's not that hard, but it seems like we don't see it that much. You know what I mean?
Sure, he'd probably argue that this trade night or whatever he's got going on, was beneficial for the hobby. I need one of them scooters while I ride around the national. That talk about an expensive item is getting one of them scooters, boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, those scooter. I saw someone in a scooter. I was like looking up like rental places for a scooter. I mean, I needed that, and I'm a young guy, so it was pretty interesting to see. But it was really, I mean, listen, everyone has their thoughts of the national. This was my first national ever. I'm actually driving back to New York right now. I enjoyed it. I thought there were like a bunch of people. Everyone seemed like, in good spirits and making deals and doing this. But overall it was nice. But there are some things that definitely need to change, and I'm surprised. And I posted this a while ago. Um, Especially after the Dallas card show, I posted it. I tagged the national. I'll be like, what security measures do you have for the national? There are no cameras. Maybe there's one or two cameras, just half-ass put up there. But what actual security and what measures are you protecting people's valuables on a all-day service? Because right now everyone has a pass. It could happen. The same thing that happened to Dallas could happen here. I don't know what they're doing to protect that.
I did see some dealers were getting a phone number for some private security that they could order kind of from the national. I saw that floating around in the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was because of Dallas or not, but
yeah, they did have that out there. They had some guys in, I don't know if it was fake bulletproof vests or not, and a flashlight. Um, but you know, what's that gonna do?
yeah, certainly maybe better than nothing.
Yeah,
Give us your
this-
grade for the
this-
national. Give us A through F. What would you grade your trip from New York to Cleveland? What would you grade it?
I'd grade it a C plus. I think it has a lot of improvement to do. I mean, I waited in the on the bathroom line since I got the 5-day pass while my guy was pissing in the VIP, and I was, you know, 15 minutes to go to the bathroom is just like not okay, and just getting people in and out is just insane. It took me 2 hours to get out of the national, which is just not okay. You know, it's just one road and just everyone's going the same way.
Wow, that's insane. Are you going to Fanatics Fest?
I am going to Fanatics Fest. I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be very, very interesting because, you know, it's as Michael Rubin says, as everyone's saying, it's, you know, it's like the Comic-Con, South by Southwest, all that spiel. But I'm really excited about it. I'm curious to see what actually it is, right? Because we're all sitting here, you know, we got athletes, we got people, this and that. What actually is it? We don't know yet. So, you know what? I would give the benefit of the doubt at least. Why am I not on this picture? Okay.
For real.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Right.
I'm kidding. But I think we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. It is in New York. You know, it's going to be expensive for a lot of people that definitely travel to Cleveland and all the other places. It's a very expensive trip, so beware. And you know, I know everyone's not negative, but you know, lean to the side of negativity or whatever. But I'm really excited about it, and I'm hoping it like somehow blows our mind.
We shall see. We shall see. Is it going to be like the white party? Is it going to be like a Diddy party? So we're going to see.
It's interesting.
Valor.
I'm excited to see you guys. Yeah.
You got anything else for us?
No, I'm going to be in New York in an hour, and I can't wait to be back. But you know, I appreciate you guys. You guys are killing it, and I hope you pick the best first lady, and I hope it's a fair and impartial judgment. And I think president must be Mojo.
Okay, so your vote is for Mojo. First ladies, we're willing to take bribes and that way. But,
Yeah, right.
So your vote is for Mojo. So the vote is locked in, and we appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
you. Ryan, are you saying one of the first ladies could be like Kamala and move her name right to the top?
Boy, I'm as corrupt.
Ryan will be Willie Brown. We'll be any one of the first ladies, Willie Brown.
Boy, yeah, I'm gonna put the C in corruption over here, boy, for this first lady pick over at Sports Car Radio. So slide into my DMs for all of your offers, all of your hourly rates at a discounted price, and you too could become the Sports Card Radio first lady of the hobby. We're seriously going to do this. We need first lady of the hobby. We need president of the hobby. I think we need like, you know, secretary of defense. We need the treasurer.
This will be the president won't even be the first, like, you know, like award show, like the last award given is like the big one or whatever.
Right.
Like I think first lady of the hobby is going to be last. Like fuck this president shit. It's like it's kind of like the president of this country. Who gives a fuck? We like the president we have now is fucking not.
Is he even alive right now? Yeah, we're not even sure he's alive.
Nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? When you got all the fighter jets and the bombs and shit, nobody gives a fuck. No one's gonna fuck with you anyways, or at least you hope not. But the first lady's important. First lady's an important role of this hobby. This could turn this from a white cultural event to, a Don Diego type cultural event. So we got to choose wisely, and like Ryan said, he's more than welcome to put the C in corruption, and whatever you have to do to move up the ranks. We'll have to put the vote out to the people.
I tell you what, she breaks, and I don't know if this was intentional, but her little look here at about 30 seconds into this,
you're into it.
She's right. She gives him a little glance right here, and she sees what's going on, and she look at that face. We need to get She Breaks on. We need to get her thoughts on this influencer situation.
Well,
I mean, here she is. How many followers does She Breaks have? Let's
not sure.
Do we know?
I have no idea.
Over and under. What's your guess?
22,000. Seems like
So she could be somebody with a camera in her face and blah blah blah. I still can't get over that Jeff and Mojo, when this fucking thing is open, people have been waiting outside in the fucking rain for an hour, literally in the rain for an hour. And these dorks are making sure they get FaceTime, smacking children, smacking babies in the face. Literally old women in walkers are having to walk around these fucking There's the old woman in the walker walking around Jeff Wilson. Look at her over there.
Huh.
Look at her.
Poor lady.
Classic. Jeff runs over that kid, almost smacks this woman in the face. We need to wait for the Jeff Wilson footage. That'll be highly edited. I guarantee you that. So at Burbank and at Fanatics Fest, we're going to stand at the entrance. So in 27 days, 19 hours, and 49 minutes, we know exactly where we're going to be. We're going to be in the front of the Anaheim Convention Center with the cameras on us and just shaking hands and be like, good to meet you. Hope you watch our live stream on Thursday.
You can do that. I'll be fucking eating fucking breakfast burritos.
Good Lord. This is the face. This is the face people should have is the She Breaks face. Be like, look at these fuck. We got a guy in a wheelchair coming through here, guys. Like, get the fuck out of the way. Somebody needs to slap Jeff and Mojo with a flip.
You might be trying to get Earl Campbell's fucking autograph.
Right. Earl Campbell's signing, guys. Get the fuck out of the way.
Earl Campbell's leaving in 30 minutes. Get the fuck out of the way.
We just walked a mile in 95% humidity. Get the fuck out of the way. Earl Campbell's signing.
Oh, fuck.
God, this is all I needed to see is this footage here of Jeff standing over there smacking he almost smacks that woman in the face.
Tim, do you like Chicago or Cleveland better? Favorite all-time city?
Hermosa Beach.
There we go. That's what we're talking about.
Man of the people. Yeah, that's high on my list too. Every time I'm there, I'm like, damn, I wish I was single and had some money. That's where I would be. SCR is the red pill of the hobby. That's right, baby. That's right.
Here's my boy who I was studying for. I was trying to get that $70,000. I could tell you everything you need to know about this motherfucker right there.
Could we have some fun in Burbank if we had 70 racks?
Whoo!
Or NYC too. We'll take that 70. We'll dust it off real fast. There ain't be a dime left of that 70. That'd be gone. I walk past that Don Sack restaurant every day for work. That's going to Building Time Machine. Please leave them a positive review. And I'm dead serious about this. We want to. We've done Sports Card Radio has done so much for the Thai community, and now we're doing outreach to the fine establishments of Thai restaurant, and Don Sack is the official Thai restaurant of Sports Card Radio. So
you're damn right.
Please, we're just another example of Sports Card Radio just outreaching to the Thai community and just bridging those gaps. Question: are you all sports car radio banned from attending? I don't think so. Are we banned from attending the national, Ryan?
No, not at all. Guys, half the room is scammers and fucking thieves. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, no, of course we're not banned from the national. Absolutely not. I don't even know anybody who is banned from the national. I mean, they'll let Bill Mastro walk right through that motherfucker and roll out the red carpet for him. So, our boy Brent Higgins or whatever. I mean, he's probably there too, fucking whatever, palling around.
You think so?
They'll roll out the red carpets.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Ryan. You know what we forgot?
What?
Betsy could be.
She could
a
be
first lady candidate.
She
Hold
could
on,
get in there.
I gotta put her on the. Gotta
she
put
could
her on
slide
the
in there.
ticker. She's going on the ticker.
Yep.
Okay, Betsy, guys,
Yep.
another candidate. Another candidate.
So we have Gamble, Alex, She Breaks, Don Diego, Betsy, and Kim Wilson.
And that's in no particular order. I would
Right.
have my order, but I'm going to save my opinion until we get closer to the actual decision day, because a lot can happen between now and then. We can meet
We got
some
a
of
lot of
these young ladies at Fanatics Fest, at Burbank.
Mm-hmm.
It could sway our opinion one way or the other. We're not a partisan. We're not playing partisan politics over here at Sports Card Radio.
Right.
So it all depends on the campaigning and the types of events that they have, and the
Right.
kind of the kind of courting, if you will, of Sports Card Radio that they do will really depend on who wins. But so this is a big one. Oh, you know who else I forgot? I think I put her in there. Hold on. This is really sloppy. We have Miss Rips as well.
That's right.
Not sure if I
Gotta get
spelled
her.
that right. She had a lovely post. So
Which one? This one?
no comment.
I mean, she better have more. She has 12,000 followers.
That's not enough.
This tells you all you
That
need to
is
know
not
about this
enough.
stupid
Guys,
hobby. And this
guys.
dumb fuck has 38,000.
Guys, we got to change this shit.
Colin, this motherfucker has 38,000 followers. 800 people like this post right here of him. What is this?
It's a ridiculous. Ryan,
What the fuck
I don't
is
even-
this?
I don't even open Instagram if it wasn't
What is
for
this?
type of. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I
They'd
don't know.
rather
I
watch
don't know.
Roth cards than this.
I don't know. I don't know, Ryan. I mean, you saw the guys at the hobby that are running for president. You saw the guys that are running for president. This is the type of people. I mean, he might even get a couple of votes. God only knows. But it's like, these are the type of guys that people look up to in this hobby. Fucking what's his name? Card Collector 2's got 10,000 on a video of him opening $2 fucking cards. This is the hobby right here.
Oh, you pulled an Anthony Richardson. He's going to be so good. Though.
Wow. Hey, was that corner on the bottom a little soft? I know it's a second year, but man, you could walk that over to PSA and get a 10 on it.
Gets Kurt's juice and rub it on it.
Yeah. Hey. I mean, it's just a strange. I don't know. We're just trying to make this
Look at
hobby
my
a
old
little
man
more.
right here. Look at my old guy right here. Is just like, get the fucking cameras out of my face.
To me, it's like, if you want to expand this hobby, give our girl Miss Rips more than 12,000 followers and take a follow away from Mojo, who I guarantee you has more.
How many followers do you think he has?
Come on. I have no idea. I think we're blocked, so I don't even think you can look.
Oh God.
Yeah,
We're blocked.
We're blocked. Obviously.
blocked?
Yeah, I think we're blocked. Yeah, we're blocked.
Yeah, we're blocked.
Because
Unbelievable.
Drama.
Wow.
Because of the drama.
We're blocked. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not sure. 3 hours in traffic, 1 hour walking from my Uber, 1.5 hours waiting for my VIP pass. Greasy fist bump from Mojo. Priceless. Couldn't say it better myself. If Ruben is that desperate for capital investment, he wants investors to pay the way. He doesn't care if he goes bankrupt. Shareholders get burned. Possibly. That's possible. We heard from Alicia. I tell you what, Ryan, we have the best. We have the best fan base here at Sports Card Radio. If Brian Gray wants more females in the hobby, he's got to know that. I'll be honest with you. A decent amount of the first ladies have already reached out to Sports Card Radio. So we have direct contact with these young ladies. And you know, if Alicia's real, then you know, one of the world's sexiest athletes is tuning in too.
I think our ratio is better than 25-1 over here at Sports Card Radio. I bet it's more like, you know, 20 to 1.
20 to 1. Well,
yeah.
We've got Christine with the flip-flops. I mean, those are arriving, I think, very soon. Any day. So $48 pizza because you have to recoup Mojo's appearance fee. Yep. Cleveland is absolute trash. 3 ambulance calls. 15-minute wait for the bathroom. Cool to see a bunch of kids had the better cards than us. That was Valor's $10. He also called in and told us about it. Guys, Ryan, we are 3.5 hours in. It is now 12 o'clock. I believe Cleveland's on East Coast time. If it's only a couple hours from New York, I'm sure it is. I wouldn't know because I wouldn't go to a shithole like Cleveland, but it is the next day. We are now Friday on the East Coast. It is still Thursday here in California. But we probably should wrap things up. Would you wrap things up, Ryan, if First Ladies came in?
We might have to keep it unwrapped for the First Ladies. So
Keep it unwrapped. Did anyone see scanner booths? Jake Brooks wondering. It'd be useful to get to see if you get any case hits on the spot. That's coming, guys. I mean, there's already, I don't know if there's a Kurt's Card Care booth at these things, but if you go to the Dallas show, every other booth is a fucking clean your fucking wax your fucking dick off. Yeah, I gotta imagine we'll see. You know, probably be at the Dallas show is where you'll see it first. Is the CT scan booth? Like they'll give him front and center fucking shit for that.
Yeah, where's the 42 cameras and 79 hours of footage? And they literally post one little thing on Instagram and then they forget about it because they're like, oh yeah, this is negative. Never mind. Got to shut up about this.
Yeah.
The whole hobby shut up about it. I'm over here trying to get the 70 racks, looking at fucking little Instagram grainy footage of motherfuckers be like, oh, that kind of looks like him.
I got to give it to you. I mean, yeah, 70 racks would, I mean, you already kind of live the chill lifestyle, but if you put 70 racks in your pocket, you probably, you'd be on, I know where I'd be. Mode. Get me some of that. Folks, that probably wraps it up. Unless, Ryan, you have anything else?
No. Get your votes in for the hobby president and the hobby first lady. Yeah. We want to hear from you. Who do you think? And
really, yeah, the first lady vote is tight, Ryan. Tight.
It's tight. Yeah, we're going to have to put a poll
Gamble, Alex, She Breaks, Miss Rips, Don Diego, Betsy, Miss Wilson. I think we've got some dark horse candidates, but we've got some just some absolute strong competition, right?
Alicia's not on there.
It's gonna be tough.
Alicia.
Well, I think we would need to confirm that this is legit. You know, like we got to confirm. I know most of these. I know these girls are legit, and so like we need full confirmation. So
my top 3 is Alex, Kim, and Dawn.
Wow.
Okay.
There it is.
Wow. Ryan, you want to give us a top 3 or?
No, I'm keeping it close. Like I said, we could put the C in corruption. We could put the B in the bribes. And so I'm just waiting. Yeah, I'm just waiting for any of these girls to slide into my DMs.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can certainly talk. That's for sure.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, and yes, ballot stuffing will be allowed. It's allowed in the presidential, in our general elections.
Russian votes.
Yep, we're gonna allow all kinds of. There's gonna be all kinds of ballot stuffing and anything you want. No ID to vote. You could vote multiple times. You could be illegal and vote. So it'll be amazing. My wife just walked in. I don't know. She must have been tuning in to the last 30 minutes of the show. So we'll wrap up. Maybe not. We'll wrap things up. Stop.
Yeah, got canceled.
All right, folks. Well, that probably on that cue, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back. What is it, next week? And we'll see what happens. Tim, have fun at the Olympics. Let us know how it goes. Get yourself over. What is it, the Olympic Park or the dorm room or whatever? Looks like that's a great time. So maybe try to slip up into there and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week. Turn it up.
Up in the millions like 2.3, but you off got it all getting off scot-free. Try to talk tips like we're talking about stock, but you're talking about men printed on
We'll wrap it up.
stock. When you open your mouth, I take it with a grain
Are the
of
STDs
salt.
different in Europe?
Cause the market's down and you're down. It's all false.
Like a different strain of herpes?
BCS.
Jeff Wilson, you ruin the hobby I love. Get your bullshit, Jeff Wilson. Did you dip me out? I think you dipped you out. What you talking about? I
Oh, she got less followers than Rothbard. It's a fucking crime. It doesn't make any sense to me.
The fucking crime.
I like Rothbard. Look at this. Dude, if people are gonna look back, they're gonna look back and like his tagline is "I buy high-end sports cards." All the shit he buys ain't gonna be worth shit. None of those players are gonna be worth shit. I mean,
What's the guy's name? Justin Herbert.
oh my
Wow.
God,
Justin Herbert, Colin.
trash.
Who's this guy?
Trash.
Who?
Trash.
Yeah, trash.
Trash. Trash. And the shit is like fucking the other
On
shit.
Sack?
That's on consignment. Don Sack. Fucking it's Thai food, boy. Bullshit. Bullshit.
This is next level. Congrats on landing the Grail, man. Fucking pussies.
Fucking pussies. I know.
Fucking pussies.
Another man showing off another man who's never won anything. Never won a goddamn thing.
Fucking Grail, man. It's a fucking
A
Grail.
A grail.
A fucking Grail.
They're gonna make. I mean, Panini's not in business anymore. They would have made that exact same card for the next 20 years. They're never gonna stop making Green Kaboom Don Sack cards. Grail.
It's a Grail, man.
Fucking grail. Ah. It was like my 2,000 people, right?
I know. This is 800 people like this photo. The fuck is that? The fuck is this? It's like our boy out here with the cameras.
We were trying to expand the demo. We've already got the Thai demographic, right? We've already got the Thai demographic.
We've done a lot for the Thai community.
We've done a lot for the Thai community.
Yeah,
We're trying
right.
to elevate the females of this hobby, but we've got fucking gotta be rock hard going off fucking Green Kabooms.
What the fuck is this?
Trash.
All right.
Trash.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Me too.
Fuck this
It's
shit.
disappointing.
All right.